last time in Renascence, you guys had struck a small bargain with local resident of the forest, a particularly haggish creature by the name of Esther, who seemed to be the patron of your new acquaintance in the area, Miss Marceline Serret. Esther agreed to work some of her eldritch magic to assist you in your hunt for the killer of Barnaby's father, the suspected camera, as he puts it. And in exchange, before she lifted a finger, she asked that you guys bring her cousin, a certain Kotum, who was setting up shop in the area and encroaching on Esther's territory. So you guys stayed the night outside Esther's house. You spent the morning and afternoon down at the base of the hills. Uh, what do you call it? Knuckling and
Yep.
fishing, and just otherwise, enjoying the chilly uh, winter bog atmosphere around here. Um, and come nightfall, you guys collected one of Esther's hound creatures, companions, uh, to lead you to Coden's lair. You guys hiked for about 5 hours before finally encountering a patrol of darklings and their hounds out in the swamps, and made relatively short work of all but one, and subduing him, uh, learning his name, Shandorsha. You guys persuaded him to help you guys infiltrate Coden's lair, and in exchange, Esther would probably consider, helping his people get out of this awful, disgusting bog. We'll see. But you guys had Shandorsha lead you guys to Kodum's hideout, a half-built shack out in the middle of the swamp, and sneaking by uh, most of the guard that had been set, as well as the sleeping mason. You guys were able to get down into the cellar and make your way through a magically concealed passage in the wall. Um, we are picking up right there as you guys have just stepped into this tunnel. It's about 10 feet wide in every direction, and there is just a flicker of torchlight sort of shining off of the wall around a bend up ahead. Are there any questions before we get back to it?
How many hours until sunrise would we estimate?
You guys left. Um, you guys got started pretty much after sunset, right? And you hiked for about 5 hours. So you probably still have 4 or 5 more hours before sunrise. It's probably like an hour or two after midnight,
Okay.
roughly.
I would pitch, because we should have done this earlier and we didn't. Perhaps a short rest would be in order.
Fair enough.
If you need one.
Just because I am still injured from earlier, and I know Lauren used one of her abilities, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think I used the wild shape.
So if we're going to go into this, we do have a room. We're in the house now, so we could take a breather.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to it.
Okay.
I would
Short
pitch
rest.
that we like maybe just close that hatch for the moment. No,
Slide it
not
back
the
into
door.
place.
No, not the door. The one to the upstairs.
Oh, the cellar.
Because we left that
Trapdoor.
open.
Okay, sure. So you guys want to kind of just fan out in the cellar then and hang out down here?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we've done a pretty thorough sweep of this place, so.
fair enough. Sure, yeah. So, writing the group's pretty solid. Stealth check from last time. I know you guys rolled really well. Not going to be an issue. Going to get it back up that ladder, kind of pull that trapdoor back down over you, and just kind of enclose the party in this dark, dank, half-finished root cellar. Do we want to set a watch over this short rest, or are we content to simply catch our breath and...
If there's anyone who doesn't need anything from a short rest, they should probably watch. But I'm going to have to take it.
I think I'm good.
I can also help.
Okay.
Actually, no. I am going to get back my action surge if I take a break.
I'm pretty sure I'm completely full, so I'm able to take watch if I need to.
Okay.
Burberry and Joe.
I'm going to do a short rest too.
Very well. Then John and Burberry, you'll roll perception checks for me.
Be a 21.
Good roll.
That'll be a 4. We're starting off great with our a nat 1 right off the get.
But the question is,
get him out of
why
the
is
way.
Burberry distracted this time?
Yeah.
I'm going with it was Burr was taking the lead on it, and he thought, I know what I can do. If I go out there, I can see things much quicker. And Barry was trying to talk him out of it.
Arguing amongst themselves how best to watch. Fair enough. But with the 21, John, you are standing at rapt attention, keeping an ear out while the rest of the party tends to their wounds, bandages themselves up, and catches their breath from... It's already been a very long evening for your party. Thankfully, over the course of this hour, John, you don't hear any sounds of approaching danger. No footsteps overhead. No hatches swinging open. The most that you really hear, there comes a point, about probably 15 minutes into the watch, where you do hear kind of distantly muffled voices overhead. It's a short conversation because they don't continue for much longer past the point where you kind of key in on them. And with a 21, I'd say, you're able to make out a handful of words. Something to the effect of, rats and nothing, as we were. But I will say with that 21, towards the end of this hour, you do begin to hear a new sound. It's faint and seems to be echoing from the passage your party opened up for taking this rest. And they're sporadic, but there is a very eerie, ghostly sort of wail that sort of echoes up out of that tunnel every few minutes or so. Faint, but definitely present.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Okay.
Is it, anything that John would perceive as a threat?
I'd say listening you don't think that the source of the sound is getting closer necessarily. It just seems to have started up from whatever point in the tunnel it started, and does not sound like it's moving. But it's I will say it's definitely it's distant enough that it's got that sort of like echo distortion going. It's very hard to make out any sort of definitive quality to it, other than there's some sort of eerie, like I said, almost ghostly sort of vocalization, sort of echoing up out of the tunnel.
If I notice it starts to get closer, I'll notify everyone. Otherwise, if not, I'll let everybody know at the end of the rest.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you'll finish your long or your short rest without issue. This ghostly noise coming up out of the tunnel does not sound like it's moving since the point where you first heard it. And yeah, as everyone kind of gathers their things and prepares to continue on this plunge, you would all clearly be able to hear this faint, ethereal noise echoing up out of the tunnel.
Coming attractions. I would, towards the end of this rest, just ask Shandorsha. So to clarify, also, does he utilize the time we're going through? Like, does he bandage himself and stuff as well?
I mean, he did not really take any hits.
Oh, right. Yeah, we didn't even really do much to him.
Yeah, you stunned him with a hypnotic pattern, and that was as much as he did during that fight. He mostly just sort of sits where he feels like no one's going to be upset with him. You know, staying in eyesight and line of sight, and just trying not to anger his captors.
Lauren's talking to him.
Oh yeah, what are you talking about?
I don't know. She's just fucking talking. She's just like rambling.
Okay.
At a certain point, Noelle would interrupt and say, Sean, so to clarify, you are under captivity of Anticotem? You are voluntarily doing this? She's paying you guys? How does this work exactly?
Well, it's an old arrangement my people came to with Coton. We've served her for a while.
But why?
She keeps us well. We're fed, we're housed, we're safe. It's more than you can say as a small free agent in the Feywilds. I know this place seems dangerous, and frankly it is, but it's a lot like this everywhere back there.
So you are working for food and shelter.
It's a job.
You know, for as much as you may dislike this world, you can earn your own food and shelter here pretty easily. Especially with a skill set like yours.
Oh. Farrell was a very sunny place. Can't say our people were terribly keen on how bright it was. Out here it's a little better, but like I said, seems like there's a lot of big nasty monsters around here, which can't say that I'm a particular fan of myself.
And you do not have
Wow.
those back home?
Oh no, they're everywhere back home. That's, like I said, why I think sticking to Kodam at least has been somewhat better than trying to go it alone. But
Well, believe it or not, there are better things than doing the bidding of a hag.
I can think of a few off the top of my head.
Well, we should probably get moving.
yeah, when this is all said and done, I will definitely let my boys know that.
Pete's like, shut the fuck up. Bro. Do not derail us.
We are going to fight Anticoda this session, goddammit.
I'll let the boys know that you think so. So, thank you. Charlie.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, that just really cracked me up. Pete was like, shut the fuck up. I'm done. I'm done with this conversation.
I saw the trajectory. I saw it.
Well, that's it. Never mind. Good luck on your own.
Take backsies! Take backsies!
Oh my god. That was great.
So, with the party rested, any hit dice that you need to roll, make sure that you have them rolled. We are ready to continue.
I got my dice rolled. I'm ready
I'm
to
ready.
go.
All right. So, standing up in the cellar, you have this panel of wall that was magically sealed earlier, and you were able to simply just wrench this thing open. It is now sort of protruding out on sort of rails, right? It's just this, like I said, this panel has just kind of come straight out from the wall. No, it's not on hinges, so to say. It just slid out, probably a good 5-foot gap between it and this passageway. And the passage itself, as I said, is about 10 foot by 10 foot around. Kind of a roughly dug passage that seems to be cutting straight through solid rock and hard packed soil. There's traces of roots that are sort of digging down into the tunnel from the ceiling. Clearly, plants from the marsh overhead, and here and there, trickles of water that seem to be sort of leaking and pooling on the tunnel floor. And up ahead, as I said, kind of around the bend, you can see a flicker of torchlight. And very faintly, as I said before, you can all hear this distant, highly distorted, echoey, sort of ghostly wailing noise kind of reverberating up from whatever depths this tunnel reaches. So how do we want to proceed?
Down the tunnel.
All right. Can I get a marching order from the party? Who's going in front?
Not me.
I'll be in front.
Wait,
Alright,
if we're
Barnaby up front.
stealthing... I didn't think about this before,
Yes.
but we don't have Pass Without a Trace now.
That's true. Do you want Pass Without a Trace up?
It depends on how many spell slots Lauren got. Is Lauren fairly tapped at this point?
Let's see. I have 4 first levels, 1 second level, 1 third, and 2 fourth.
I think you only casted a Fairy Fighter and Pass Without a Trace today, right?
I did find traps.
Oh, you did a Find Traps, that's right. So you should have spent 2 second levels and 1 first level.
Okay.
if I remember correctly from last
Is
session.
Pass Without Trace first or second level?
Second level.
Okay.
And then I cast Dispel Magic, so I was a third level.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, Dispel
that was-
Magic.
Yep.
Okay, so I think I have 2 third levels and
Okay.
just 1 second level left.
Okay. Do you need your second level for anything else specific, or?
Flying traps would be the only thing I think. Maybe I was thinking hold person, but I can probably upcast that. So I felt like that could be handy against the hag.
That would be. I mean, we can try if you want to hold on to the spell slot. I leave it to your discretion.
That's it.
Let's go ahead with. I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
I think getting the jump on the hag would be very helpful.
Okay. So Pass Without Trace is up. You guys have your +10 bonus to stealth checks for the next hour. Still need to settle marching order down this tunnel. As I said, it is 10 feet wide. If you want to go 2 wide in 2 columns, that is perfectly fine. If you want to go single file, that is also fine.
Given that I actually have one of the better stealths in the party, I might actually go in the front this time.
Okay. You want to go in front of Barnaby then?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So I've got Noelle, Barnaby,
I'll go second.
Lauren,
Next to Burberry, probably.
Burberry.
Hey.
All right.
Well, we can double up in the hall, can't we?
You can. Yeah, you can go side by side.
Okay.
So if you want to do Noelle, Barnaby up front, that's
Yeah, I
also
can
an
just
option.
stand next to Barnaby then, I guess.
Okay. So they'll have Sean, Dorsha, and John in the back. I assume Bark will be kind of following Barnaby, and
You got it.
Rancid, I think, is probably just kind of bringing up the rear with John. So, as you walk, moving quietly, you sort of round the first bend, and you can see up ahead that there is a torch set in a bracket on the wall, sort of embedded in this clearly cut but still pretty rough-looking stone archway. It's pretty standard construction, keystone up top and stones kind of arcing their way down. Looks like it's been, built to help sort of brace this passage. And not too far ahead, you can see that there is an alcove that's been sort of dug out of the tunnel that sort of sits maybe like 3 feet wide off to the side. And there is sort of a pile of carven stone that's just sort of been set in that alcove. And as you sort of get a better look at it in the dim light of the torch, you can see that it has one stone depicts like a face, another one looks to be sort of a squat torso, and the other one seems to depict legs kind of perching on just a smooth stone pillar. It looks to be sort of the component pieces of a statue. You'd guess, if these were all piled up together correctly, this thing would probably be about 6-7 feet tall. It looks to be, it's just sort of a grimacing, grotesque gargoyle-esque figure, with a long pointed nose and just a big frowning face. Sharp little claws kind of like punched close to this round belly. Kind of a gnarly looking little thing. But as I said, it's in pieces, just sort of all piled up in this alcove up ahead.
Some Legends of the Hidden Temple shit going on in here.
Do we have any thoughts, reservations, concerns, or
So many.
actions we'd like to take?
I'll
at the sight of
I'll
this
peek
thing?
in the door first, just look around.
Yeah, so you're still looking down the tunnel, and you've sort of rounded the bend. You passed this first archway with a torch, and like up ahead, maybe like 10, 15 feet up ahead, there's this alcove with this half-finished statue.
Do we have a sense of how big the statue is?
If you were to actually finish the statue, it looks like it would be about 7 feet tall, 6.5,
Big,
something like
big
that.
statue. Okay.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's in 3 pieces. You've got the head and the body, and the feet and sort of pedestal that it's sitting on, which is a single piece on its own. And they're all just sort of like laying against each other in a pile in the alcove up ahead.
Just to clarify, because I'm dumb. This is a fork, or there is one hallway, and at the end of that hallway, we're seeing the statue.
So it is an alcove on the side of the hallway. The hallway continues past it.
And we don't know what's down that way.
Yeah, the hallway is just sort of like weaving and bending, so you can't really see too far ahead before you're just staring at a wall. But you've sort of passed the first torch. You're rounding this bend, and like about 10 or 15 feet ahead, there is this alcove off the side of the hallway with this piecemeal statue just laying in it.
Okay.
So to progress, you would be required to walk past the statue if you wanted to continue down the hall.
I feel like
Sounds
right
sketchy.
now, let's keep moving. Sorry, what'd you say?
Yes, it doesn't sound sketchy at all.
Yeah, I'm sus. I'm a little sus of the statue.
Okay.
So we'll keep going, I think.
Okay. So you continue forward. And one by one, the party files past this half-constructed facade and continues on their way down this passage. And you can feel the ground under your feet beginning to sort of slope more and more steeply. The tread begins to grow rougher and more uneven underfoot. The tunnel definitely feels like it was dug in a bit of a hurry. Not a lot of attention was paid to its sort of path, I guess is the best word, beyond kind of the first 20 feet or so. It's gouged and scraped out of the rock, very, very unevenly. But you guys continue forward. Not too much further ahead, you pass through another stone archway bearing a torch, and there's another alcove about 20 feet ahead around the bend. This one's empty.
Okay.
Thoughts, concerns, actions, if any.
And I thought gods could be vain.
I don't see anticotum. I say for the moment,
Onwards.
keep going.
All right. Past the second alcove you go. And as you continue your delve, the ground continues to descend deeper and deeper underground. Pass this trickle of water that kind of steadily drops, kind of dripping around the keystone of the third archway. And much like before, about 10, 15 feet ahead, around the bend, there is another alcove with another statue. This one almost fully built. There's the pedestal and the feet and the chubby little torso. but the head still sits on its side at the base of the statue.
Okay. Any sense of what this statue is depicting? Any familiarity, like religious iconography, magic?
I'll say give me...
I would probably
Give me
specifically
a-
ask Burberry about whether it's a religious symbol or something.
Yeah, I'd say if you want to make a religion or arcana or nature, history, like any kind of intelligence check, go for it.
I rolled to see who was on top today. I was like, oh, 19. That's okay. But you don't get the 19. You get a 6.
I actually rolled pretty decent. Just any intelligence thing. I don't think there's a difference.
11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I went with
I guess
history.
I'll just go with history, but that is a 19 total.
Okay. I mean, it looks like a sort of a gargoyle-esque sort of figure, with the pointed nose and sort of this wide-mouthed grimace, kind of depicting a mouthful of sharp teeth, bulging eyes, pointed ears, and little horns kind of poking out of the head from under this cap. It looks to be just sort of a roughly cut depiction of some sort of fey creature would be your best guess. It almost has like a satyr-esque sort of appearance to it. It's got little hooved feet, but I mean, you've never met a satyr necessarily. Hard to say how accurate this depiction is, beyond the fact that it already does have kind of a gargoyle, grotesque sort of caricature quality to it.
Okay.
But it doesn't strike you as being necessarily religiously significant.
Okay. I would nudge Sean at least and say, do you know what any of this means? Looks kind of fey to me, but...
Yeah, no, they're grungy looking. Mason made a bunch of these. Guess this is where they wound up. He kind of shrugs and looks at you like, I don't know. Like I said, my folk never been down here.
All right. Onward then.
Onward. And onwards you go. About 50 feet more down the passage, you find yourselves nearing another archway bearing another torch. And surmise that around this next bend there is likely another alcove with another statue up ahead. Carrying
How
on.
many alcoves are there, Pletch?
Do we get the sense we're going in like a circle here? Like, are we seeing a repeat at this point?
No, I'd say you definitely know, like the ground is moving pretty steeply downward. You're sort of spiraling, I'd say you could sense, but you're definitely moving deeper as you go.
Okay. Is there a statue in this next alcove?
Yeah, you want to round the bend to it?
Yeah, just keep peeking.
Sure, yeah.
How constructed is this?
So as you step through the archway, Noel, you round the bend in a couple of steps, and up ahead, you can see, for the first time, a finished statue sitting in its alcove. It's creepy little face perched on his round body, just kind of like hunched over on top of that pillar, much like all the others. Except this one seems to be glowing. And I'm going to need you and Barnaby and Bark.
This was the last day of Bark's adventure.
Lauren and Burberry. I need the 5 of those characters to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Dex save.
27.
Good at those. Not that good at those.
So success for Noel.
24.
24. Success for Burberry.
13?
13.
Probably not.
That is a failure. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Barnaby and Bark. Get your dex saves,
So you
please.
do against the disintegrate.
Did you say I'm gonna disintegrate?
I guess she's not really interested in people praying to her, because that's a way to lose.
She only wants strong people praying to her.
Got a bunch of pussies down here.
Don't even have 72 hit points.
I just realized I was muted.
Oh, David.
So I think that's going to be a failure from both of us because that is a Bark.
You guys do have inspo, don't you?
Bark doesn't, and neither do I.
If you got inspo, or if anyone wants to share their inspo, you can still do it. There's still time.
Do you want my inspiration?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
I'll use my inspiration.
because that was going to be a failure. More than likely. First roll was a 2 and a 1 for both me and Bark.
14.
So if nothing
14
else, we're
success.
very alike. But
You were
now,
really close last time.
so for Bark, he's going to fail because I can't give him inspiration.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 6. And
Okay.
for me, that is going to be a 17.
17 success. So the only failure is Bark, which means Bark will take the full brunt of 15 points of fire damage, while the rest of you will take half of that rounded down, so 7 damage, as a jet of fire shoots out about 15 feet out from this statue. And you guys kind of scramble backwards over each other to kind of get back around the bend away from this thing. Just kind of patting down the small little bits of ignited fabric on your clothing. Fortunately for Bark, I don't think that a homunculus has 15 hit points, do they, David?
No, I don't.
No. So,
Also, he's made of wood.
He has a grand total of 5.
so as you all scramble backwards, there is the mechanical hollow kind of wooden bark kind of echoes out of Bark, and you just kind of watch as he just kind of falls over on his side, and just the little legs are just kind of kicking.
It took him so many sessions to get here.
He was the best of us.
But yeah, Barnaby very quickly grabs hold of him, pulls him back around the corners, pats down all the flames that kicked up. Bark is falling still.
Oh, don't worry about that. He'll be fine. I'm gonna cast Mandan on him.
He'll just walk it off.
He regains 2d6 hit points if the Mandan spell's cast on him.
Okay.
What, you didn't think I prepared for a 5 HP dog to die?
I am reading on
No,
Homunculus
that's a
Servant.
me move. Although I guess technically I did prepare for it to die. I just worked very, very hard not to let it happen.
So Homunculus Servant's an infusion, right, Dad?
Yes.
Okay. So I think because he hit 0 hit points, technically he would vanish, right, leaving its heart in its space. I believe you would need to use whatever you use to prepare your infusions as an artificer to bring him back at that point.
Well, all it says it needs is a gem or crystal worth at least 100 GP. So if that's leaving its heart,
I don't
which is
remember
that?
how. Yeah, I don't remember how the infusion process goes with artificers. But
Apparently, I just have to put it into an item.
Right. I think you just need to resummon him at the next opportunity to
Yeah.
bring him back. But yes, having settled
He'll
that
be down for a bit.
for a moment, yeah. 7 hit points down, not a huge amount of damage, but there is a fire-breathing statue around the bends up ahead.
Okay.
I will cast Fog Cloud in front of the statue, and I will walk out and see if it hurts me.
Fog cloud.
Oh my god, fog cloud coming in clutch.
Oh shit.
Maybe.
It works.
And that one, and I get to spend that one for free
That's true.
because that's a
Okay.
racial spell.
Okay. So you throw up fog cloud at the furthest point that you can see up ahead along the tunnel, knowing this thing is around the bend and hoping to obscure its vision. And you're gonna walk up to the statue. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, not up to it. I'm just gonna try to go around the alcove.
gotcha.
and raid it.
So I will say, as you pass back through the torch-bearing archway towards this statue, you do see very dimly through the fog that orange light begin to sort of start up again. I'm going to need you to make another dexterity saving throw. I will give you advantage on this one.
15.
15. Okay, that's a success. And because you have a big wet fog cloud around you, I'll say this is going to do half of the half it was going to do. So that is 17 halved becomes 8 halved becomes 4. So that's going to be 4 fire damage as another jet of flame kind of shoots out, kind of hissing as it makes contact with a fog cloud, which continues to linger in the space that you set.
Well, I already made my way out, so I'm gonna try to run out. And...
All right, so you're just going to keep running past it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, yeah. So Alorn baits out a blast of fire and keeps going.
Okay. I'm gonna... So, I'm having a hard time picturing this. So this is like around a bend, and the moment you turn the corner, there's the monkey thing.
Yeah, a little monkey thing on his little pedestal, and you just...
Okay.
It's not a corner so much as it is. Yeah, it's a bend.
Okay. I'm just gonna just dart to the end of the corner. I guess the just up to the turn, and then I'm gonna misty step past the monkey. I think.
Okay. Does Misty Step require you to see where you're going?
Yes, that's why I'm trying to understand how this is laid out.
So there is a fog cloud in the tunnel at this point, right? So I'd say if you are sort of at the bend, you got the alcove kind of like here-ish, right? So you kind of come up to it. The fog cloud sort of encompassing that area. I don't know that you would be able to see necessarily anywhere beyond the bend with the fog cloud up.
All
To
right.
Misty stuff.
Well, then I guess I'll just run.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and give me another dexterity check, or saving throw with advantage.
Oh yeah. Nat 20.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be a quarter. So 2 fire damage to Noel.
Who's next?
So we're just going to run past it.
Can I like stick my like? Does there seem to be a time between whenever the fire starts and stops?
I'd say the jet typically lasts, 3 or 4 seconds. It's like a solid like, and then stops.
Can I bait it into going off and then run when it stops? Like for the reset?
I'd say you could try, yeah. Sure.
It's like whenever you're playing video games and you're waiting for a certain animation from the
Yeah.
Sure. I'll say go ahead and give me another dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Okay. 23?
23 will succeed. Unfortunately,
That is not how that works, but that's okay.
So you like kind of try and like stick your hand in, like hoping to trigger it, pull back as soon as you see the jet of flame, and you see the jet start up and stop within the expected amount of time. And as soon as it pulls back, you start hoofing it, and almost as soon as you step back across the archway, you see the jet again very quickly, begin to shoot. Thankfully, you are quick on your feet and just kind of blow past it. What would have been 11 damage, thanks to your quick thinking and the fog cloud helping dampen the heat, is going to now be 3 damage. Or no, I guess that would be 2 if it's going down to 5. And then, yeah.
This is how Flet's going to get us. He's going to nickel and dime us down.
Why we took the short rows?
So, yeah, 2 fire damage to Burberry.
Ew.
All right, so we've got Aloran, Noel, and Burberry on the far side of the statue, and we have John, Barnaby, and Shandorsha still needing to pass by.
Out of curiosity, how high do the flames go up in this here tunnel?
It fans out pretty rapidly, and from where you've been kind of standing back and watching, by the time Noel and Burberry and Aloran have all kind of like run across and vanished into the fog cloud, seconds later the entire tunnel is just sort of like a wall of fire for a couple of seconds. Definitely struggling to kind of maintain the full strength of its jet through this fog cloud. You definitely see it sputtering more than it did the first time. But it does seem to sort of fully envelop the tunnel, like pretty much all the way up to the archway where you guys
Okay.
are sort of backed up to.
I'm just gonna run. Because I got nothing.
Cool. Give me a dex check with advantage. Or a dex save with advantage, excuse me.
Is
You can do it.
19.
19.
14 plus
That's
5.
a success. You are also going to take 2 fire damage in total. That just leaves John.
How much did you say?
2.
2? Alright.
That just leaves John and Sean Dorsha.
Don't forget Rancid.
Oh, and Rancid. Stinky.
Come here, boy.
Disgusting Rancid. Okay, good roll.
I needed. What kind of check again?
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay.
And Rancid has died.
The end.
I got a 14.
14 meets and beats it. So you and Rancid are going to take 3 fire damage as you just bolt through the fog cloud as fast as you can, just barely kind of passing through the flames as they ignite at the base of the statue. And yeah, you just kind of run the 20 feet through the fog cloud and you come out the other side, and the rest of the party is standing there waiting. Safe and sound, relatively.
Slightly singed.
Slightly singed.
We're fine.
Almost lost my eyebrows. Alright.
It's fine. You could have just grown them back immediately.
We would never know the difference.
I like the idea that Noelle's like, all right, just gets rid of the hair and the eyebrows from the get-go and then just lets them come back.
Can't be burnt off if I don't have them.
They were never there to begin with. So, with that trap bypassed, that just leaves Sean Dorsha, actually. Ooh, buddy. That's not good. Okay. So he comes bolting through the fog cloud, but you hear him go, oof, as the jet kind of starts up and catches in. Seems like he ran into the wall or something, not being able to see. And that was a failure on his dex save. So he is going to take the full amount of damage. That is going to be... There we go. So... Oh, shit, let's see. Yeah, he does not look great after that. But he very quickly starts kind of batting down his cloak, putting out whatever flame they caught there.
I'll give him a cure wounds.
Wait.
'Cause I'm
I was going to give him a potion, actually, so we don't have to use a spell slot. If that's okay.
Depending on the potion, just because, for spell slot purposes, I'd rather have the potion than the spell slot, because I can get the spell slot back.
However you want to do it.
I mean, I have 2 regular healing potions that we haven't used in a long time.
As you'd like. Burberry starts to cast cure wounds, and I was like, no, I got
Wait, I got this.
I've got an extra one of these. Yeah, the wall curves, by the way. Sorry, we didn't warn you.
I couldn't see from behind everyone. You're all very tall. says the 4 foot tall man.
I'll hand him just a regular potion of healing.
He will thank you and drink it.
I thought you said he was like 5 foot.
He's 4.5, 5. Yeah, he's not tall. Is my point. And he rolled well, so good healing.
All right. No betraying us. Okay.
Wasn't planning on it.
Inside check.
You are all terribly efficient at killing.
I rolled terrible.
He's completely genuine.
So, having passed the fire-breathing statue, continuing on down the tunnel.
We're so smart. Onward.
You continue your delve, and all the while, as you've sort of carefully trod, past each and every alcove, that ghostly wailing has continued sort of intermittently over the course of this short walk. And as you've plunged deeper into the earth, the wailing has grown louder. more distinct. You're beginning to make out distinct words in a craggy but still feminine voice. Oh, Henry! Oh, Henry! Echoing up the tunnel as you continue downwards.
Is the hag getting laid right now?
I hope not.
There's
For
a
all our
non-zero
sakes.
chance that that's what's going on.
Oh, shit.
I really hope that's not what's going on.
The perfect enemy for
You know,
Barnaby's
I
quest line.
can't believe I'm
Sexually
saying
Yeah,
this,
active woman.
but in 6 years of playing D&D, this has never happened before.
Oh, wow.
I wonder why. Because it's gross.
My insight is a +7, so I rolled a 19 total. So is the hag fucking Jacob?
You know, Lauren, you got a lot of experience in this area, and I think that combined with your 19 would tell you, yeah, whoever's voice that belongs to definitely sounds like they're getting up to something.
Alright, Lawrence would be like, yo, she's getting laid down there.
Do we want to wait for her to finish?
No, we need to get her, well,
I would-
like, before. Like,
I would
first
prefer-
surprise.
I do not want to see that.
I don't either.
Do we sound
Imagine.
like we're pretty close at this point, or is she just
No,
really
Lauren,
yelling?
Lauren, I love you, but I am imagining it. That's the problem.
It's gotten clear enough that you can make out the words. You'd say you've still got a little ways to go. But at this point, past the statue, you know, it's now distinct enough and clear enough, despite the echoing, that you can make out the sounds of actual words. Continuing onwards. Continuing onwards.
Wait, I want to ask this Sean guy.
Yeah.
Do you know Henry?
He's very pointedly staring at the ground.
Oh my god.
Just
tell me.
like, kind of like, he's got like his hood kind of pulled down over his ears.
Who's
he's like,
Henry? Please tell me. Please tell me.
Henry's one of the he's local. He's you know, he'll point at Barnaby. One of his people.
He's not an Otis, is he?
I think he spies on the them out there. Again, pointing at Barnaby. Clearly very put off by this discovery.
You're not the only one. Please tell me he's not an Otis member.
I don't know his last name.
Barnaby, I didn't know you'd get freaky with a hag.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you wanted us to believe this whole time? That you wanted to be fucking that hag?
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Far from it.
Whatever you say, Barnaby.
Not even the last thing on my mind is not on my mind.
Oh, it's on your mind. It's on all of our minds right now.
I'm doing my very best to force it out.
It can't not be.
That's the chicken boy.
I heard
Continue.
that's the chicken boy. I was like, wait, hold up, that's Camu.
You doubt
It's the echo. It's the echo.
you doubt my power of purity as he gets some earplugs.
Okay.
No, that would be a very low bar if that's your purity rating.
I'm saying I'm blocking it out.
All right.
Barnaby's
So
gonna
for
go
the time
blind,
being,
blinded deaf.
Barnaby is
Sorry,
voluntarily deafened. But yeah,
Can't hear you over the sound of my purity.
continuing deeper into the tunnel, the wailing growing louder as you go.
I have a question to ask the party as we're going down.
Yep.
I sound better than this, right?
Define better.
Yeah.
Oh, Henry!
For the love of God, tell me I don't sound like that. That's all I want to know. Because you guys say you can hear me.
Well, you never showed.
And one night when you were really drunk.
One night I was really drunk. What, Barnaby?
You sounded like that.
Oh, God. Put me down.
You wanted the honest truth, and I gave it to you.
Well, you gotta give Henry props for staying power.
Also, they've been going at it for a while. This wailing has been
It's been
persistent.
about 10 minutes so far.
Oh, okay.
It just sounds like longer because it takes,
As
D&D.
mathematics. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But continuing down the tunnel, passing closer to another archway up ahead, you can see another alcove. Just barely visible around the bends. Unclear what it is exactly. Even as you kind of like step to the far side of the wall, kind of like try and get a glimpse, you can't tell. You don't see any stones necessarily piled on the side of the alcove that is visible here. Do we want to continue forward?
Hey, Lauren,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure she has a yeast infection. It would explain all the burning.
Christ.
Ew.
I'm gonna take a little bit of like, I'm gonna like knot the end of the rope and just like toss it across the gap. See if it
Okay.
triggers anything.
So you throw rope down the hall.
Just see if it does anything.
Nothing happens.
Okay, guess we move.
All right.
We need to put this lady out of her misery.
Oh, I think she's in the opposite of misery right now.
Continuing across the threshold, Noelle, you step forward and you see an unfinished statue kind of piled up along the left side of the alcove out of sight.
Okay.
At this point, you can hear the wailing beginning to sort of quiet down a little bit. And the echoing now sort of, given how subdued the sound is, how much quieter it's gotten, it's hard to say exactly what's being said. It sounds like conversation of a kind. There is a new voice now audible.
Wait, a new one?
Pillow talk.
Oh, Henry.
Sort of a deep, raspy, masculine voice.
Yeah, I'm curious if the hag looks like a hag.
That's a good question.
Questions. But yeah, you continue around the bends and again draw closer to another archway with another torch. And following the pattern, you imagine another alcove not too far ahead.
I'll try the rope thing again.
How many alcoves did you make in this?
He rolled a d20. It was high.
Yeah, I'm like...
You throw the rope and there is a jet of fire that shoots out.
Okay, well that's good to know.
So, reeling your rope back.
Would you like me to deduct some rope?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Well, if I can teleport across this one, I'll try.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Wait, can you take someone with you?
Not with Misty Step, unfortunately.
Ah, well.
So, with Misty Step, I'll say this. You're in a similar situation to the previous alcove where you can sort of see like a sliver of it around the bend here. So you can teleport like directly up to it.
I mean, could we like, I know that this isn't really how timing works, but like, could I like be incanting and like say the last word and just like run around the corner? Just like instantly look, teleport, so I can see where the fuck I'm going. Because presumably, like, you're casting a spell over the course of like 6 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I will say then, as you step across the archway to get a view of your destination past the statue, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving.
Oh, that was what I was trying to avoid.
If you succeed, this will be a 0 damage situation.
If you fail, it's max damage.
I have a really good dex save. That's a 23.
Yeah, that's a success.
Okay.
So triggering the jet of fire, but vanishing before it really gets any steam going. You vanish from the spot and reappear, about 15 feet kind of forward around the bend past the statue. And with more than enough time to watch as this thing winds up and unleashes this brief gout of fire down the hall.
Can I see what's shooting the fire? Just the mouth?
Just looking at it, it looks like there's sort of a fiery glow sort of encircling the statue.
Okay.
The jet does seem to be sort of emanating from in front of the mouth, but it looks like it's almost like kind of just appearing.
All right,
You
so
know,
this
it
is
doesn't
more
seem to be
magical
anything.
than physical.
Yeah.
All
Y'all
right.
want me to dispel magic?
Can I do a quick peek? Like, does this thing have like eyes or like?
Yeah, I mean, it's got these kind of like bulging, gross eyes. Like all the statues have been pretty.
Okay,
Pretty
no.
identical.
It's, my brain is going like, what's fueling this spell? Like that's kind of.
I think it's just enchanted.
Yeah, its brain is at. I just realized because I was perusing my character sheet. Resistance for everyone. Like
What does resistance do?
it adds a D4 to saving throws.
Yeah.
It's a cantrip.
Oh, that's handy.
Cool.
Okay,
All right,
so,
I'm just gonna yeet.
so whoever's going through is going to be rolling with a d4 then?
An extra D4, yeah.
Okay.
I'll just spam cast it until we get past these.
Oh, Lauren fails.
Are you just going to run past it?
Yeah, that's a 22.
Wait, Berber, are you going before everyone else?
No, I went after Noelle.
Right, but if you're going to be casting resistance, that's a concentration spell to maintain it on people.
Well, yes. So yes, I'm going before everybody else who will make the attempt. In theory.
If you're going before them, how are you casting resistance on them?
I imagine from the other side of the gout of flame.
It's touch. It's a touch spell.
Brain. All right, so then I will go last.
Okay.
You making sense at me?
I'm sorry. I'm just clarifying here.
That's fine.
Lauren, what did you roll on yours? You're just going to try and run past?
I rolled a 2 plus 3. I guess I'll roll by 4.
Plus 2. Okay. So 7.
Yeah.
That is going to be a failure. So Lauren, you are going to take 11 fire damage.
Wow.
Can I just save my roll for my turn?
That's fine. Yeah. Just as long as we're clear that you are still
Yeah.
behind them. Fire.
You're just gonna nickel and dime us until we're dead. Before this back.
Just get everyone down to half health, and then you'll be fit to fight a CR3 hag. Noelle and Lauren are on the far side of the statue. Brewery John, Barnaby, and Sean Dorsha and Rancid remain on.
I'm just gonna run through it again. That's a 22.
Okay, 22 from Barnaby. This will be half damage. So you are going to be taking 5 fire damage.
Oh yeah, and I'll just be the guy who's like in the plane as people go skydiving.
Go.
All right, you're up.
Okay. John, we're running past it. Or do we have any other?
22.
22, that's half damage. That's going to be 5 damage to you as well. So that'll be Rancid. Rancid succeeds. He takes a big fat 5 damage.
It's a tough puppy.
Martin. And Sean Dorsha succeeds this one. Good job.
Yeah.
He will take. Oh, very good. That's going to be 3.
While they're all running through, can I just be peeping at this statue to see if there's any kind of like indication of a way to turn it off?
Okay. I'll say give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
We'll say Arcana or Investigation.
Not a great roll. 8.
8. Okay. I mean, you watch as people start running, and this thing begins to glow. This sort of like fiery aura begins to just kind of like rise up from the base and sort of envelop the statue before condensing into like a little orb in front of it and spraying out down the hallway.
Yeah.
But beyond that, no real sense of how it works beyond magic.
I was
Shrug.
I was hoping for some kind of Indiana Jones-esque lever or something. I don't know. Just because I know we have to come back this way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, what you should just do is Misty step behind the next one and just murder it from the back.
Just stab it. Every way through?
Yep.
Give me my damage,
Oh,
dudes.
right.
Oh, yes. The damage for Burberry. So you're going to take 6 fire damage.
Oh,
Yeah. That was pretty good damage roll. I do say so myself.
I thought I succeeded in a saving throw. That would have sucked.
So, with everyone on the far side of the statue, you continue down the passage. And you walk for a good 60, 70, 80 feet, and strangely enough, you're not seeing another archway or another alcove or another torch. And the tunnel is growing dark. But the voices are growing louder,
Can we hear what they're
more
saying?
distinct. Also, give me a perception check.
Ooh, I'm good at those. 16. I'm rolling shit tonight,
16.
guys. Oh, God.
There's still a decent echo, sort of distorting the sounds coming up to you, and it doesn't help now that they've quieted down quite a bit. So it's not really like projecting the way it was earlier.
Is it still just 2 voices, or?
You do hear the 2 voices, and it does sound like a conversation. I think. Excuse me. The clearest detail that you hear. There's a moment where the male voice says something, and you hear the female voice sort of rise in volume. Say, "No, Henry, please." And it just kind of, fades back down to conversational level, and they sort of continue with whatever conversation that they're having. But at this point, the tunnel has grown dark. The torchlight behind you from the last archway, the last statue, has faded from view. And very dimly up ahead, you can see a new light. Much fainter than the previous inklings of torchlight. And you're beginning to see sort of a weird effect sort of playing on the walls here. This sort of rippling, reflective sort of dance of firelight that sort of accompanies the glow of the torch. Like the light is sort of bouncing off pretty large surface of water. You definitely get the sense you are approaching a new section of this delve. And at this point, I think I'm going to have to ask the party to roll their stealth checks.
Okay.
Remember, you get a +10.
But I'm not good at stealth.
Oh my god. I'm rolling so.
How bad is it?
I mean, thank God for the test. It's an unnatural 20.
Okay, 20.
28.
28.
Bad.
Do we have to pass without a trace or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be 28 then.
Okay.
Johnny, I apologize. I think I'm sucking up all the luck because that's a 36.
Jesus! Let's roll a
16.
19, 18?
That's a 19.
Ooh. 16 from Barnaby. That's rough.
I got a nat 1 plus 5.
Ooh, buddy. That's
I mean,
It's
I
a
have
group check,
disadvantage.
right? It's a group check.
It isn't. Let me get Shondorsha and Rancid. Okay. So Sean rolled 21, and Rancid is gonna roll. Okay.
I really want to see what Rancid does in a battle. I'm very curious.
Well, I
You already
he
saw
did,
me
like-
howled.
Yeah, he did the battle war.
Oh yeah.
Rancid rolled
And he fought another shadow dog.
29.
Stealthy
Good
dog.
roll for Rancid. Sneaky dog. Yeah, like you barely, you don't hear a thing when he takes a step. You just see the gleaming red eyes set in this old man's face as he like hunkers low and just pads forward.
Oh my heavens. No, so I just imagined, because you know how dogs are like clearly excited when they're sneaking, like just the face of the man like being like,
Oh. Like the faintest, like little kind of grin at the corners of his mouth. He's got his like lips pursed, eyes wide, just like so excited. He kind of like looks to you guys periodically as you sneak forward. He's like, "I'm doing good, right?" You know. Shondorsha is, just kind of hanging back, one hand against the wall, just like, what happens now?
We're sneaking up.
And as you sneak forward, you find yourselves rounding this final bend and see up ahead the passageway opens up. And there is a cavern about 20 feet from this bend in the wall, in the tunnel. Two large iron sconces sort of sit on either side of this pool of water that sort of dominates the center of this cavern. There's a table and chairs set off to one side of it. Some bear skin rugs that are sort of haphazardly sort of splayed out across the stone floor. Sort of gleaming purple crystals are sort of protruding up out of the earth, sort of around the perimeter of this cavern. And you can see the far ends of the cave, across the pool of water, there is a dark shape on the other side of a series of very tall, narrow stalagmites kind of rising up from the edge of the pool. And behind them, you can see what looks to be a very large, sort of haphazardly constructed four-poster bed. And in the flicker of torchlight, sort of shining from these bedside sconces, you can see that there are a pair of figures currently sitting up, snuggled in conversation.
Okay, does it look like a hag or a person?
I'll say give me a perception check, as you guys have just now rounded the bend and are now looking into this cave.
27.
27. You're squinting and looking, and it's like I said, this is a dark ass cave. There's two big sconces next to the pool in the center of the room. There's some gleaming crystals around the perimeter, and there's two sort of bedside, smaller torches that are currently shedding sunlight. Not a lot to work with.
Lauren's been in so many beds at night.
I know. I should
But
have.
you're squinting through the dark. You're trying to get like a good look through these rock formations that are sort of creating almost like like a screen between you and this bed, and you see what appears to be a pretty large, muscular hobgoblin, bare-chested, with the sheets kind of pulled up around over his waist, and just kind of like snuggled in the crook of one of his arms, there is a woman about half his size, either dwarvish or sort of halfling in their stature, but sort of mottled green skin, this messy sort of tangle of gray hair. This definitely looks like the Kotum that you encountered back on Feral.
Oh, I hope they took their time.
She found someone who loves her for who she is. It's beautiful.
And you're sort of peering through these blinds of stalagmites rising up out of the floor. They are wrapped up in conversation with one another and do not seem to be paying any notice to the entryway to the cavern.
This is a weird question, but does the water look like water?
That is an odd question.
I'll say give me a perception check.
It's gasoline. You also on fire.
That one, it's acid.
I mean, it
Appears
looks like a pool of
water.
It looks like a pool of water reflecting firelight in a dark ass cave.
Okay.
As clear as that could possibly be.
Oh. Now what?
We're here to do
You're all just crouched in the dark of this tunnel, just staring, watching them engaging in pillow
we
talk.
have about like 3.5 minutes before we start being creeps.
It starts getting weird after a little bit. Who has the hag Pokeball, by the way?
You see the hobgoblin boop the smaller green woman on the nose, and they both just kind of chuckle.
And a lot of lube. I mean, I guess I could try and cast sleep, but I don't like my odds on that one.
Not when they're both at full health, bro.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
You watch it.
someone's got to make a move at some point. We're 20 feet out from this.
You are 20 feet from the threshold of the cavern.
I mean, can we get closer? We already rolled stealth.
Sure, yeah, if you want to walk up to the edge of the cave.
Yeah. At the very least, I know Noel's definitely going to.
Yeah. I will say, as you begin to walk forward, Noel, you got pretty solid passive perception. You would notice that as you draw closer, that there is another kind of final archway sort of built at the mouth of this cavern.
Okay.
For whatever that's worth.
Is there a stalagmite that would be out of the viewing range of Kotum and company? That I can see?
So there are there's a handful of pretty sizable rock formations in the cavern itself. The largest obstruction to your view from this standpoint, looking directly across the pool, there's kind of like that screen of narrow stalagmites rising up. There is a very hefty column of sort of deposited stone, pretty close to their bed on the far side of the cave. And there's another one of a similar size on the near side of the pool, kind of off to the right, next to one of the bearskin rugs.
So I guess let me clarify my question. Is there a way I could Misty Step and stay out of eye line the whole time? But still get past this archway? I need a 30-foot straight line that puts me behind something, basically. Or not a straight line. 30 foot that I can see.
I'd say you could either go towards the stalagmite on the right side of the pool, or you could go towards the table and chairs on the left side of the pool.
Can I see the map at this point? Since it seems like there's a map going on.
Sure. I will post it to chat.
Is this in tabletop or Tailspire, by the way?
When we get into combat, this will be in tabletop.
Just get set up then.
Let me. So put this in. General. That's not the right general chat. I want to go to chat. And I'll also put it in reference as well.
Oh, that's pretty.
So I did make it in Tailspire, but I know Chani has difficulty streaming Tailspire, so I figured it'd be easier to put it in tabletop.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Okay, see the rugs.
Is that just a hole?
No, that's the water.
Okay. I was thinking we could Overwatch and just throw her off the map.
So what's this thing you're telling me I could teleport behind?
So if you look on the bottom left, I guess, from this orientation of the pool, there's a rock formation
Tattoo.
between the pool
It's
and
round.
the water.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go to that one. If I can avoid being or triggering this door. Is everyone okay if I take some initiative?
Yeah, but please do.
What?
Okay.
Oh, Barnaby, always stay in character, friend.
So Misty Step?
I will use an actual spell slot for this one.
Okay.
As quietly as I can, I guess, passing without a trace, I will appear behind this
So-
rock.
And yeah, vanishing from sight. Local component. Okay. And reappearing about 20 feet ahead, far side of the archway, behind this stone formation, right next to this really gnarly looking bearskin rug. Now that you're getting a good look at it, like it just does not look like a normal bear. Like the face is like heavily contorted, bulging red eyes. It's an ugly
No wonder
ass
she's
bear.
a hag. She couldn't cut it as an interior designer.
But you
Vanity dead solo
appear
last
on the
year.
far side of the arch, and the two seem to still be engaged in pillow talk.
Okay. How far out are they from me now?
They are. About 16 times 5.
80.
80. Yeah, they're about 80 feet from you.
Okay. Well, time to do something. I guess I'll just have to let the party know. Like, once you hear me start talking, run in. I'm going to stand up, run 30 feet closer to him, and I'm going to say to Kotem, Kotem, Henry, we're here to destroy you. And I will unsettling words Kotem with that, and I will action hypnotic pattern them.
Okay. So running 30 feet forward. So it's going to be
Have you heard the good word?
basically right next to one of the sconces.
Sure.
Throwing down unsettling words and hypnotic pattern. I will need everyone to roll initiative. And then we will resolve Noel's sneaky hypnotic pattern.
Okay.
Well,
With a D4, please.
oh,
Sorry.
I forgot that it was like this dice has a 0 on it for 10s.
5.
So I just rolled a 0 and I was like, what?
A 5 from Lauren.
6 for Noel.
15 for Burberry.
15.
D4, please.
Right, that's right. 2.
Okay.
Wait, are
You
we
still
adding,
add
are we adding
dexterity.
initiative? 7.
Still add your dexterity.
7. Thank you.
Okay, 7. So John and Barnaby.
Initiative.
Yes, with a D4.
That is. Oh. Seven.
7?
Yep.
Okay. And John. Clark, you there?
It's the combat part.
Yeah, I'm here. I apologize. I was having trouble.
No worries.
My headphones are gonna die.
Are they?
Yeah.
You want me to put it on loud sound?
Not yet, but probably soon.
Okay.
All right, what did you need from me again?
D4 plus initiative bonus.
Gotcha. That would be a 6.
6. All right.
Yep.
So, Noel kicked us off with a hypnotic pattern, so I need to roll for Kodum and Henry.
Yes. Kodum gets a -5 to her wisdom save.
All right. So that's going to be a total of minus. And. All right. Well, that's a fat 0 for Kodum.
Okay.
Henry rolled a. Oh, he's got saving throws. Okay. Henry rolled an 18.
That does save.
Sweet. Okay. So Henry is not stunned. But they are definitely surprised with that. So, top of the order, we have Rancid, Burberry, and Barnaby.
I'm gonna banish him.
Okay.
So long, Henry.
Banishment. 60 feet. Concentration of 1
I
minute,
will
so you need to
move
be
up where I
within
need to be.
12. Okay. So from where you're at, in the tunnel, behind the threshold, before this all kicked off, you would need to dash to get within banishment range.
And then I wouldn't be able to banish.
I mean, not this turn, but they are surprised.
Oh, okay. So that means that he couldn't. I could give it a go before he might try to shake her out of it.
Yeah.
All right. Then that's what I will do.
All right. So Burberry's going to dash forward. As you cross the threshold of the archway, you will see torches sort of light up around the perimeter of this cavern, sort of casting some more light on the area.
If I get set on fire again, I'm gonna have words.
Do you want to step into the pool, or do you want to stay on land?
Let's stay on land.
So, as you step on the rug, passing, getting into position for this, you do feel something kind of shift underfoot as the rug almost like pulls out from under you. And you watch as it begins to move of its own accord. This bearskin rug is animated.
What would happen if I just like crouched and grabbed Dawn and just hung on for dear?
Oh, do you want to just stay on the rug?
How far away is the rug from the guy?
The rug would be about 10 feet behind the position you wanted to be in. Oh, and let me stream this so that you guys can actually see what we're talking about. Sorry, I forgot to start that now that the combat has started. Oh my god, this is taking so long. There we go. Okay. Go live.
And it's a rug. It can't be surprised.
So the rug is it's just a construct.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see that the rug is now moving. It is animated. And this is where you have run to from here.
If I go past it, am I going to get an attack of opportunity?
No, it's not come up in initiative yet.
Cool. All right. Then I'm gonna go to where I need to be.
Okay. Barnaby, where do you want to go?
How far out is she from me, did you say?
From where you are currently standing, she is...
Hey, Lauren, how would you feel about cutting a rug?
They're about 23 squares for you, so 23 times 5.
Over 60 feet is what you're getting at.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try my best to get as close as I can. If I can get at least within 60, that is my goal.
Okay, so you need to be pretty much the distance that Burberry is at.
Okay.
So you could either get behind Noelle. You could probably dash to get there, I think. Yeah, you could dash to get up to Noelle, or you could dash to get up to Burberry, like past Burberry. It's really just what side of the pool do you want to be on, or do you want to run into the middle of the pool? That's also.
I can fly over the pool. Thank you.
Oh shit! All right.
So I'll just do that.
He flies into the air. How high up do we go?
I think. How high is the ceiling, you said?
The ceiling in this cave is about 40 feet at the apex. I'd say that, you can expect about 20 to 30 feet on average.
I'll get it's
kind of a rough dome.
I'll just get 10 feet in the air over the water.
Okay. So
seems like a good amount.
Flying forward, Bart is not present.
Right.
So you are dashed within 60 feet. Rancid, who shares your initiative, is... I need to use... you know what? We'll just use Bart. He is going to move a big fat 80 feet, turns out.
Wow.
He's got a lot of distance. Yeah, so that's...
It ain't my Bart.
And you watch, again, as he seems to just sort of slide across the ground as he kicks off and just, floats at high speeds across the pool, kind of whooshing past you, Barnaby.
He can also fly.
He can also fly. That is his turn. That will bring us to the rugs, which will animate. And Burberry, the rug that you just stepped on, is going to come up behind you and attempt to smother you. Does a 20 hit?
No.
Shit. So this big bearskin rug just kind of rears up and throws itself at you. just flappy arms like waving, trying to like wrap around your neck, and you just beat it off and push it off.
No,
off to
Burberry
the
just
side.
throws the shield up over him, so it's
Yeah, it's like, get off of me! I'm casting a spell. So yeah, that bearskin rug is just flailing helplessly, trying to wrap itself around you. The one behind you, Noelle, is going to rise up and attempt to do the same.
No.
Does a 23? Oh no, 22 hit.
I
know you're thinking about it. That
I'm
doesn't
thinking
have to.
about it.
silver barbs.
I don't want to be. Yeah, I got lots of spell slots right now. I'll silver barbs that.
All right. Does a 12 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Sounds like a skill issue, Rug.
You glimpse a future where this bear skin rug just fucking like bears down on you, covering you entirety in its bulk, and you tell yourself, no, this cannot be. Wave your hands and can't. And the rug seems to like trip over one of its flappy legs, kind of stumbles. Half of it falls into the water, it's like struggling to pull itself out. Now it's all wet, failing to attack.
You have no bones. Oh shit, she's right. I do have no bones.
So, Noelle, it's your turn in the initiative. You did already use your action to kick this off with a hypnotic pattern. Do you want to use a bonus action or move?
I will. Let's see. I think I'm gonna get over here and just kind of get a little half cover or something behind this corner.
Okay. That is going to trigger one opportunity attack from the rug.
Okay.
12 does not hit.
No, it does not. You already learned this, Rug.
Just kind of waves an arm helplessly. Can you tuck yourself in by that torch?
Yeah, I'll kind of keep my eyes peeked around the corner, but I will stay here.
Okay. John, it is your turn. What do you want to do? You are currently muted.
John, you caught me mid-bite.
What's he doing?
He's eating.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
John, now's not the time to eat.
I was in the middle of drinking a bite, damn it. Column is hypnotic pattern, right?
As far as we know.
I'm surprised you can eat after hearing what that thing was doing.
I bugged out. John's going to rage and go after the carpet thing that's been attacking Noelle.
Okay. It is currently 65 feet from you.
Holy shit, okay.
So you could, I think you can teleport to it with a move and teleport.
No, I'm gonna, oh wait, that doesn't waste anything on my side, does it?
If you move and use your action to do the watery misty step, I don't remember what it's called.
I can do that infinitely. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go 30 feet, or I have 40 feet of movement and then 30 feet of teleport.
So
is that enough?
That's enough. That's 70 feet, and it's 65 from where you were standing. That'll get you one attack with rage damage. Roll to hit.
That is a 20.
That hits.
Awesome.
That definitely hits.
Okay. And then it's 1d10 plus 1d8 plus 8.
Yep.
So that is a 15 damage.
Good damage. Okay. How much of that was poison?
How much of that was poison?
Yeah, because you got it's the poison sword, right?
Yeah, the poison was the 1d10, so that was 3 of it.
Okay. So I will say, it being a construct, I think you would probably glean. This thing is not affected by poison whatsoever. This thing seems unfazed. But that will conclude your turn. That will take us to Sean Dorsha, who is currently still in the tunnel next to Aloran. And he's going to look at you, Aloran, as everyone charges forward and ask you, can I just stay back here? Or do I have to...
Do I have to do shit?
Do I have to come in?
He's just gonna run away.
Are you gonna run?
I mean, I want to, but I'm also... I don't like my chances fighting with you guys in here.
Just put him on rug duty.
Just fuck with the rugs.
He very begrudgingly steps forward on his turn and readies his bow and arrow and takes a shot at the rug next to Burberry. And that is going to hit. So it's not terrible damage. And the second attack, that's also going to hit. Still not terrible damage. Okay. So 2 shots puncture the rug, and Burberry, you watch as this bearskin rug rears back and acts as if it would roar if it could, but just flaps its fabric canvas body ineffectually. Aloran, it is now your turn, as Antipotent is currently charmed and incapacitated by the hypnotic pattern. What do you want to do?
Throw the Pokeball!
I thought we were supposed to knock her out first or something.
I mean, it's incapacitator, and being hypnotic patterned, I think, would qualify.
Oh, it doesn't affect
Can I
saving
try-
throws.
Can I try to use the thingy?
If it does affect saving throws, ignore me.
Let's see.
As far as I remember.
Esther's recommendation to you was to, subdue her before you used the flask.
Subdue as in...
That all she said was subdue. So if you think it's a safe time to use the flask, you can go ahead and try it now.
What's the party's thoughts?
I mean, I know that incapacitated does not affect saving throws in any way. I would assume that thing is reliant on saving throws being failed. So it's high risk right now.
Are we SOL if it doesn't work?
Makes things a lot harder.
Well, no,
So,
I meant like if it doesn't work, can we use it again, or is it a one-time thing?
I don't know that Esther said.
On top of that, you were saying that incapacitated doesn't affect saving throws. Is there any ability we have that will affect for saving?
I do have that. Silvery Barbs, Bane, Cutting Words.
Okay. Are those reactionary?
So Noelle can affect saving throws.
Yes.
This is what
So
I'm hearing.
Noelle, I can use this
Okay.
and you can try to silvery barks her. Okay.
Well, she can't do it this turn because she's already done it.
Well, I can because I did make it back to my turn. I haven't used my reaction yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So would now be the perfect time while she can't do anything else and you can affect her saving throw?
We could certainly try.
Alright, I'm gonna try to use the thingy on her.
All right. So you need to be within 60 feet to use it.
I'm 80 feet away.
You are currently 130 something. So you need to get at least like even with Burberry and John in order to use it.
Are you also have you gotten to the thing where you can use your bardic inspo to take amounts away from stuff yet, or is that not
Yeah,
till
that's
later?
the unsettling words.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
It's a bonus action, though, so it has to be something I do on my turn.
Right.
Got it.
Alright. Well, then I can't really do much.
Wait,
then,
hang on.
So.
Does that mean we should do next turn and have you do your bonus action, unsettling words, and then on their turn, if they still succeed, then do the silver barbs?
I can unsettling words next turn. Frankly, I feel like we should just knock her unconscious, but if you guys want to try the early Pokeball, we can too.
The question is, can we knock her unconscious, or is she just going to flee?
Well, we do have a way to reveal invisibility, but yeah, we'll see.
I mean, she is currently incapacitated and charmed, and she and Henry are both surprised. So you've got the remainder of this round to do as you will, and then next round people can start, or next turn, round people can
I'll
start doing stuff.
dash and just cast Fairy Fire on them. Oh wait, I can't do that.
Yeah, those are both actions. Fairy Fire that's also 60 feet.
I'll dash and do nothing.
Okay, so just getting into position. All right. Henry is surprised, so his turn passes, and now a new round starts. Top of the order is Rancid and Burberry and Barnaby. So, what's the play, guys? What are you doing?
I'm banishing Henry.
Banishing Henry. Got it.
Yep. That's a charisma save.
Charisma. Henry vanishes.
Henry went by.
Yay!
Off to hell.
I would like to get as far away from this rug as possible.
Okay, it is going to take an opportunity attack on you, as you try to leave its radius. But where are you going? Just so I know ahead of time.
Oh man, I wish I could bonus. I wish I was secretly a rogue.
It's so nice, right?
The multi-class.
Yeah, bonus action just in case. Well, I mean, you know, a bard rogue, and that would actually work pretty well with Burberry's kit. Yeah.
I mean, Pies was a bard rogue.
Or
so
cleric rogue, sorry. Cleric rogue.
All right, so where are we going, Burberry?
To cry in a corner. Okay. I don't like the idea of walking over this water still.
I mean, Lauren just ran out into it.
And it seems fine.
Nothing happened to her.
Okay.
Just fly over it.
Thanks, Barnaby.
It's hard to see, but you're pretty sure that the look underneath the goggles is baleful.
Well, you don't got rocket boots?
Where are we going, Barnaby? Or Burberry?
I'm sinking into despair.
Give me a direction.
Yeah, I know. I'm debating. I don't know if I want to go closer or further. You know what? I'm just gonna get on the other side of Lauren. So I'm gonna try and stand like 10 feet behind and 1 to the right of John.
So 1, 2, so like here-ish?
1 more, but yes.
6? Okay.
Like where the bear's butt is. I want to be where the bear's butt is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be as far as you can get without dashing.
Okay, well then.
Or here or here, roughly.
I'll stand on that corner, like catty corner to a Lauren and John, between them.
Here.
1 up and 1 up.
Yep.
Right there. Oh, that's a statue. Can I stand on that?
That is a rock. That is a big rock. Yes.
All right, then there. I'll stand behind John.
Okay. So the rug is going to attack you. Opportunity attack. That's a 22 to hit.
That succeeds.
Oh shit! Guess what, Burberry?
What?
You don't move at all because you are smothered.
That's
by the rug.
Does it do damage?
It does do damage.
Okay, that's fine. I maintain concentration.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't do damage. You are grappled. Until you are grappled, until the grapple ends, you are restrained, blinded, and at risk of suffocating.
No, I'm not.
And the rug cannot smother another target.
Can't suffocate me. I'm wearing the necklace of adaptation.
I feel like if you squeeze Berber, they just kind of pop out the two ends.
So the rug is just like wrapping around you, and the necklace's magic is, maintaining airflow. You're like, this is fine. It's just trying to choke you out. Cool.
You know what? Yeah, this is fine. Don't worry about it. Actually, leave me here. This is great.
So much for the rug's big attack. And at the start of your turn, you'll take damage. Okay.
It's almost like I was right about suffocating at some point.
Yeah. So you are currently wrapped up in the rug. Barnaby, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I'll shoot.
Who are you shooting?
Probably the rug.
Which rug?
The one that's got Burberry.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Let's see. 30.
30 hits. Give me damage. These fucking commercials.
That is gonna be, let's see, what's that? That is gonna be 11.
11 damage.
The first hit.
Okay. So a gunshot rings out through the cave, echoing all around you, puncturing the rug and the Burberry wrapped up inside of it. Burberry, you're going to take 5 damage, and the rug is going to take 5 damage. And
Well, this backfired.
Barnaby, you're going to see a spurt of blood shoot out of the rug as the bullet exits.
This don't make sense.
It's like I hit something.
Rugs don't bleed.
Wait, what is it? Wisdom to maintain concentration?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Barnaby, you just made me drop banishment.
Gosh darn it.
And the hobgoblin reappears in the bed on top of the covers like, what the fuck just happened?
Naked and confused.
Well, if that's the case, then I am going to use I'll use my extra attack to hit the hobgoblin that just popped out.
Okay, fair enough. Roll to hit.
At least I'm not in that horrible place anymore. Oh god.
25.
25 is going to hit.
I mean, I got a 14 to hit plus, so, that is... 12.
12 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my god. 12 damage. You do indeed do. As your bullet strikes him and he cries out, "Arr!" and clutches his arm where you graze him. And he gets this snarl on his face and points at you. He says, "You're not leaving this place alive."
What?
Well, Rancid, on his turn, is going to run up to the hobgoblin and just clamp down, taking a big bite. And that's a nat 20.
Yeah, I knew Rancid would come in handy.
Good dog. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3.
We get plenty of old man treats after this.
Good dog. That's big damage.
What are those treats be? Butterscotch candies?
No Werther's.
Yes. Or there's...
All right, big bite out of Rancid. And that is his turn. That will take us to the rugs. One rug is currently smothering Burberry. The other rug is going to turn on you, John.
I'm gonna feign suffocating.
John, does a 23 hit?
Unfortunately.
All right, John, you are currently grappled, restrained, blind, and suffocating. That will take us to Noel.
Okay. Well, going on off what we shouted at each other, I will unsettling words the hag.
Okay.
Let me double check to make sure this is not doing anything weird. Bardic Inspiration. Choose a creature you can see within 60 feet of you. Okay, so I just roll the number now, I guess. That's the only weird thing.
Okay.
Minus a Bardic Inspiration. Okay. Well, Empty Coda will deduct a 4 from her next saving throw.
Okay.
And then, for my action, I think I'm going to... I trust that John will be able to break out of his rug. I think I'm going to... Sorry, I want to check the distance on this. 30. 30. So... If it takes any damage or some other information. Okay. I'm going to run over here. I guess, ish.
Okay.
Is there a way I can get 30 feet from John's rug and Kodum and dude, like find a middle point here?
I mean, that's 30-ish. I mean, you're like 35 feet from either one.
Damn. Well, I will prioritize Kodum and Henry then.
Okay.
I will cast Bane on both of them.
Bane. Is that a concentration spell?
That one is concentration. Oh, wait.
All right, so you're dropping
I
the
will not.
pad.
No. I forgot. I forgot that was concentration. I was like, why am I not using it? Oh, right.
I was like, are you sure?
Okay. Well, shoot. I guess I will just use my action to cast Mirror Image to protect myself.
Okay. Is that
That one is not concentration.
Okay. So Noel now has Mirror Image up. Oop, oop, oop.
Sweet. I'm really immersed now.
Yeah, right. So that will take us to John. It is John's turn now. So John, you are currently restrained, blinded, and suffocating. Cannot breathe.
I would like to tear this goddamn bear rug off of me.
Okay. So you want to use your action to break the grapple?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. I cannot foresee you failing this, but we'll see.
$19.
19 will succeed. You do take a little bit of damage at the start of your turn. So it's going to be 9 bludgeoning. So halved, that's going to be 4 for your rage. But yeah, you with your action will pull the rug off of you with just like one hand just ripping it away from your body. And it just continues to flail.
I would like to in turn grapple it.
Your action was used to break the grapple, but I appreciate the spirit.
I can't use my action like reverse the grapple.
Unfortunately, no. Do you have a bonus action you would like to use?
I don't think I have any bonus action.
Okay, then that will take us to
Action surge now?
Do you have action surge?
I don't remember if I have it this round or if I have it this.
How
or
many
if I
fighter
just
levels?
look at it.
Do you have one fighter or two fighter?
Two fighters.
Two fighter would have action surge.
Okay, can I action surge then?
Yes.
Okay, no, I'm gonna wait on that. That seems like it's premature.
Okay. So break the
will-
grapple and call it a day.
Yeah.
Okay. That will take us to Shondorsha. He is going to cast Darkness.
Oh, fuck you, Sean.
And you just see this cloud of black, inky nothing just envelop the mouth of the cave you just walked out of. And that is going to be his turn. Anticotum remains charmed and incapacitated, which brings us to Aloran.
By using the thing.
Do it, Aloran!
Alright, I'll use the last one.
Okay. So she has to make a saving throw against this. So you unstopper the flask, speak its
With a
name
-4.
with a -4. Shit. All right. That is a failure.
Yay!
And you watch as Kodum's form is enveloped in this arc of blinding light that shoots out of the flask, like a camera strobe for the split second. She's just kind of bathed in this blinding white light. There's like a crack, like thunder, and as soon as the light fades, she is gone. And the flask now has this kind of pinhole of bright, shining light echoing, out of the rim of it, which you're able to just stop her immediately.
Oh, so she got Ghostbustered to Aloran.
Yep.
Who are you gonna call?
So she's gone.
Guys, I caught a hag.
What are you gonna name it?
You gotta nickname your new hag.
Yeah. We got one. We still got more to catch.
Yeah, Henry did not appreciate that. Do you want to move Aloran on your turn?
Yeah, I'll back up.
Okay. Where do you want to go? Into the cloud of darkness, or do you want to move off to the side?
I'll go to the cloud of darkness.
Okay. So moving 30 feet.
I'm not all the way back there.
Just to the
Towards
edge.
the edge, yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So you are enveloped in this black cloud. You cannot see anything more than a few feet away from you.
I'll call out to Sean.
Okay.
See if he answers.
Sean.
Or if he fucking.
Sean.
Sean.
Yep.
There is no reply.
Alright, he fucking.
Okay.
Henry looks livid as he screams, "Coach him!" And you see this hobgoblin begin to levitate up off the bed. And his body begins to engorge, his muscles rippling, and he nearly doubles in size.
Hey,
And you
love
watch,
the juice. Love it.
yeah, you watch as his face contorts and his flesh begins to pale, and within seconds you are staring at this probably 10 to 12 foot tall Hulk-like being, heavily muscled, pale bluish skin, lank gray hair, and this like wide crazed face, gnarly sharp teeth and bulging eyes. And he screams at all of you, "Unhand her!" and thrusts a hand forward. And
What?
I am going to need everyone within 60 feet of him.
Wait, is it people who can see him?
It is going to be So everyone but Aloran, basically, I need to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's bound to happen eventually.
19.
13.
19. 13.
Will it matter if I'm in a rug?
Presumably.
You would have disadvantage, I believe, from being restrained.
John got a 15.
I will accept this, but only if the rug also has to make the save.
Oh no, the rug has to make a save. Don't worry.
Okay, good. 12.
Ooh, okay. So anyone who rolled under a 13 is going to fail. And you watch as there is
I would like to use my inspo
Okay, sure.
to make that. What was the other dice? 18.
18. Okay, that's a success.
Cool.
So that sounds like that's all successes.
No, I failed.
Oh, no, I failed. Okay. And then for the 2 rugs in Rancid, let me roll for Rancid. That's a failure from Rancid.
Oh wait, but that means I'm probably gonna get hit too because the last thing that hit the rug hit me.
The rug. That's
16 rug. I believe in you.
That's both rugs succeeded, so they're taking half.
We have such a tight bond.
Yeah. So Burberry's effectively taking the full damage off of this as a wave of ice cold and shards of ice fan out in a rapid spray around the cavern.
Oh boy, I should use my inspiration for this one.
Enveloping you all in a cone of cold. And you're going to take 4, 26, 28, 30, 34 cold damage on a failure.
I'm still up.
I'm not.
Oh, Burberry's unconscious.
Oh.
Ooh.
11.
For what it's worth, the rug that was holding you, Burberry, definitely just flops over and drops your body.
Hooray! Oh no.
Oh, shit.
The rug just collapses and stops moving.
So
Yeah.
sick of being cold.
34 divided by 2 is 17. All right. The other rug is still standing next to John.
As much as a rug can stand.
As much as a rug can stand on floppy ass bare legs. And that is Henry's attack. And I should also say, as you see his body sort of growing before this, you would see the bullet wound he took earlier and the dog bite. They are beginning to heal very, very quickly. As this man does have a form of regeneration. So that will take us to the top of the order again. Rancid. Rancid succeeded. He's still technically alive.
Technically,
like he was undead before.
Like he's barely hanging on, I'll say. He is...
Did he die and then get 1 hit point?
Do what?
Did he die and get 1 hit point?
No, he succeeded on the save. So he's down on his last legs. He's not looking good. But he is a good boy, and he will attempt to bite the big, awesome, terrible man. That is going to hit, and he's going to deal a decent amount of damage. As a second dog bite clamps down on Henry's leg, pretty much undoing the regeneration he just benefited from. Burberry and Barnaby, it is your turn. So Burberry, you are unconscious, you said? Mm-hmm. All right, give me a death save.
No, I refuse.
You don't have to share with the class if you don't want to, but please tell me what it is. At minimum.
No, I don't want to. That's a failure.
I think we can infer.
Ooh. All right. Barnaby, it's your turn.
I am gonna shoot the big boy.
All right, big boy getting shoot. Roll to hit.
Just to clarify, Henry is last in initiative for my own notes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
That'll
That's a 33. I would have gotten a crit. That's one
Dang.
off.
Well, it's still a hit.
All right. So that is. Oh, I'll take that. That is 15 damage.
15 is good damage.
And then the second hit.
Hey, Plet, I'm gonna send you a thing.
Okay.
20. 6 plus 14.
If you want it. I have it, so it's fine. Might as well.
How much damage was that?
That was to hit.
Oh,
6 plus 14 is 20.
that will hit, yes.
Damage.
I can
Damn.
take a look at your zip file on the break.
Oh, it's fine. It's the Hero Forge Burberry.
Got it. Alright. And what was the damage, David?
10.
10 damage. Got it. Okay. So 2 gunshots ring out, striking Henry. Anything else on your turn?
He is a bit big. How's he looking after taking those 2?
He's definitely bleeding pretty heavily from all of his wounds, but he also seems pretty amped up about this whole situation. He's still livid.
Yeah, let's action surge that.
Okay. If I said he was near death, you still would have action surged, right?
Yes.
No matter what words you said. This is
Well,
He's not dead yet. Action surge.
Violets are blue. My gun goes boom, and so will you.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Action surge.
the home of Barnaby's people.
That was a really good poem.
So that is. What is that? 8 plus 14. 1 or 2. There we go, math.
2 hits. Good job.
And 13 damage for the first hit.
13. Okay.
Then I imagine a 19 will also hit.
19 will also hit, yes.
That is 12 damage.
12. Good job. So it is just fucking just gunshot after gunshot after gunshot, colliding with this heavily muscled body, spraying blood all over the cave and the bed and the furniture. Henry roars, still up and kicking.
I'm just going to move up a bit.
Right. How much are you going to move up?
The sailing. I can
Okay.
fly after all, so I'm just going to
Up,
go up.
in the air. Got it.
Yep,
Okay.
up.
All right, so raising into the air. And that is the end of your turn. That'll
Yep.
take us to the rug. The one lone rug left. It will attack John with a 24 to hit. Which I believe
Is it the
hits.
damn rug again?
It is the rug. So John,
Damn.
this rug is like wrapped around you. You yank it off with one hand. You like stare at each other for a moment before it just lunges again and like wraps around your face. And you are again restrained, blinded, and suffocated. I'll take us to Noel
Okay.
and John.
I feel like my turn's somewhat simple here.
Burn the shit out of this rug. I don't care.
Well, you got a great opportunity to use your action surge now, John.
Wait, is the big bad guy already down?
He's still up and kicking, but the hag is in the flask.
I was gonna attack the Hulk, but this fucking rug.
I know, but I need to get Burberry back up.
I appreciate it.
So I can
That's
go
fine.
10 and then bonus action Misty Step over to Burberry.
Okay.
We will surround them. And then I'll use my action to feed them a potion.
Okay. Sure.
I have a greater, I believe. Double checking. It's somewhere in here. Yep, there it is. Greater healing potion. I have 2 of them.
Dang, it was flush.
Apparently. I don't know where I got this. Alright, I take off Burberry's mask. You will regain 4d4
Oh, fuck!
plus 4.
Actually, I should get a turn. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I forgot I have relentless endurance.
Oh shit.
I'm so sorry.
Burberry! Oh, you're fine.
I'll go ahead and upcast your wounds on myself for.
Alright, that will probably change what I do then. Let me think about this for a second.
I'm sorry. No, like, legitimately, I was like, wait, did you think?
Someday we'll remember that you do this.
Someday.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I'll upcast on my turn and I won't move, so I'll still be right where I'm standing, so it's not gonna change too much.
So Burberry looks like they go
for
down, and then half of them stands up, and there's a flash of divine magic. What are you doing, Noel?
Okay, well I gotta rethink that. How?
Sorry.
And you said Henry's looking a bit rough.
Yeah, Henry's bleeding pretty profusely. Like you can see the wounds attempting to close up, but between all the gunshots and fucking Rancid continuing to nip at him, he's definitely having trouble keeping pace.
Okay.
Oh, this is the first time Barry's gone down, or Burr's gone down. Yes! Oh.
Okay. I'm just going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at Henry.
Okay. Then he needs to make a wisdom save.
I'll double check, but I think it's wisdom. Hideous Laughter. Come on. Wisdom save, yep.
Wisdom save. So that's an 18 on the dice, plus 4.
Also rebarbs it.
Motherfucker. 15.
That fails.
Yep.
Yay!
Henry feels the magic beginning to overwhelm him, and he forces his way through it, and he points at you, and he goes, "Ha ha!" And he just like rolls over in the air and loses himself in a fit of laughter as the spell sort of rebounds thanks to Silver Blows.
Nice. Noel takes the battle 4 times and begins to. I'll just take a couple steps this way. Okay, that's my turn.
All right. John, it is your turn.
Take this goddamn rug off of me.
All right.
Again.
Give me another athletics check if you want to rip it off with your action.
Uh, 25.
Succeeds, and you tear the rug off your face again, grabbing it by the neck, staring it in the face. How dare you try again?
And I go, and I use my actions this time because fuck that rug.
Okay. Before I forget again, you do take the 9 damage halved down to 4 for it smothering you at the beginning of your turn. And then yeah, you can action surge. Let's go. I literally just dropped it. I don't know.
What does action surge do one more time?
You may take another action.
Okay, so if I take the action, do I still get my extra attack or no?
If you use the attack action, you get the extra attack. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to attack it.
Okay. Give me a roll to hit.
17.
Definitely hits.
Alright, and it doesn't take poison damage, correct?
It does not take poison.
So I'm just doing the 1d8 plus 8.
Yes.
Okay, so that is 15 damage.
Yeah, it's fucking dead. Between all of the shards of ice that blasted it when he unleashed his cone of cold earlier, this final blow is enough to just tear this rug to tatters, and it just.
Is there any other things I can attack within just a reasonable distance?
The only thing left in the room is Henry, who is laughing uncontrollably where he's hovering over the bed.
Oh, the other rug that was a blueberry isn't still there?
No, it is dead.
I guess I'll just wasted my action surge essentially, but whatever.
I mean, you killed the rug, so it's not going to do that again.
It's fine.
So-
It happens. I accidentally wasted a 3rd level spell, so.
It's fine. That will take us to Shondorsh's turn.
I'm sure he's doing something real helpful.
Yeah, nobody can see what he's doing, so moving on. Anti-Kodum. She is in a flask. She is not doing anything. Aloran, it is your turn.
Even if I move up 30 feet, how far away is the guy?
If you move up 30 feet...
Well, on the upside, he's not attacking a lord in the dark, so.
Yeah.
You would see him... he is about 50 feet from you.
I can't do anything. So
Do what?
I can't do anything.
Do you want to dash towards him? Do you want to...
Not particularly.
Okay. I mean, you're within 50 feet, so most of your spells are going to reach if you...
All my spells don't reach.
They reach 60 feet, don't they?
No, 30 feet.
Oh, like cantrips?
No, light.
Oh, blight.
I mean, he's currently incapacitated, so he's not a threat at the moment.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we can just leave.
Well, for 1 minute.
Well, then I get closer, and then he gets out of Tasha's hideous laughter, and then he attacks Lauren.
With Tasha's, he can't attack until his next turn if he succeeds this turn. Because he makes the save at the end of his turn for Tasha's.
Yeah, at the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, target can make a wisdom save.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just dash them closer to him.
Do you have Wall of Fire up? You can use Wall of Fire.
But you'd have to like move.
You can just set it in the space where he's at, and he'll be affected by it.
Light up the bed.
That's if you want to use it. If you want to save your spell on the side, that's fair. But don't. What are you thinking?
Sure, I'll cast Wall of Fire.
Okay. So, Wall of Fire. 60-foot long, 20-foot high, 1-foot thick wall, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet long.
Can I just do a ring wall?
Around him.
I'll say the back of the wall is on him, and then if he wants to move forward, the wall interrupts him.
Okay. So 20 feet. We'll keep Rancid out of the wall. Just unless you don't give a shit about Rancid, we can put Rancid in the wall too. Okay. So he needs to make a dexterity saving throw. And I don't remember what Tasha's does for that. He's incapacitated, which means he doesn't take action to range. Okay. So I just won't do anything.
Oh, hey, and if he's raging, he's not taking any damage this turn, so he's gonna drop rage.
He's not raging. He's just very angry.
It's just angry. Okay.
A dex save, that is a 7. Okay, well, that's going to be 5d8 fire damage. If you would please. Will he fail? I'm pretty confident 10 doesn't beat your DC. Yeah.
I would hope not at this level.
$27.
27. Okay. So, you watch as this ring of fire envelops the far end of Totem's cave, and the laughter very quickly turns to screams of terror. And for a few moments, you can see limbs thrashing about in the air through the wall of fire. And then very quickly the screams stop, and you hear something very heavy smash down on the bed. And the cave is now silent except for the crackling of the fire at the far end of the cave.
He dead.
He very dead.
I hope. Well, it's his turn.
Yeah, he's dead.
But I could spare the dying.
You could if you could see him.
Oh yeah, the wall is
Well,
unseen.
it's good to know that
It's an
Plus
opaque
not
wall
only
of flame.
Can I just call out to Sean Thorson and be like, we killed him. It's over.
You hear a very faint, echoey "yay" from the passage you guys came out of.
How long has it been since he put up that darkness bubble?
Like 12 seconds.
Okay. I don't know if we're still in initiative, but I'm gonna go over to Lauren. Let's go get him. I'm gonna cast
What?
Dimension Door.
Where are you going?
30, 60, 90, something like 120 feet down the hall.
Okay, just. Okay, so you reappear like.
I'm trying to calculate like how far he could have gotten.
Sure. So you're like a third of the way up the passage, the way you came. Probably like 2 statues back. And you don't see Sean right beside you. You are just sort of alone with Lorne in the passageway.
Do we hear footsteps?
Give me a perception check.
That's a really good roll. 25.
25.
26.
Damn you, Lauren.
You guys strain your ears. I think you can very faintly make out the sound of like kind of panicked breathing from not too terribly far up ahead.
Up ahead?
Towards Totem's cave.
Okay.
Like where we just came from?
Yeah.
We're ahead of
That's
them.
right.
Can you come out, please?
And you hear, and kind of like startled, and you hear footsteps kind of pacing towards you, and you see him kind of coming up around the bend from the direction of Kodam's cave, and he just kind of like startledly looks surprised at the two of you. Like, how did you get back there?
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
I like to do like little sparkly hands go magic.
Got it. Wide eye just nods.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Where are you going?
Yeah, what you thinking?
Taking cover. No.
Oh, is that what fleeing is?
Yeah, as soon as Henry came back, that looked bad. Sorry, I just didn't want to be seen
Insight check.
as part of this,
Well,
in case you guys all died.
She's long gone.
22 on an insight check on that story.
He sounds genuinely scared of Henry and of you.
Okay.
And cowardly though it may be, it does sound like he was just trying to preserve himself in the event that you guys did fail against Henry.
I'm taking this road.
Doesn't it have a bullet hole through it?
Several.
All right, Henry.
That's
Come
fine.
Sorry about that, by the way.
I have mending.
You do?
I want to go search Henry's body and see if he has anything cool.
Okay. Are we dropping the wall of fire around the bed?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, I think as you guys return towards the cavern, you'll see Sean wave his hand, and the orb of darkness that sort of covered the doorway will fade away, and you can again see into the cave. Dropping the wall of fire, the bed is still largely smoldering, as are the bookshelves against the wall next to the bed. Henry's massive, muscular, charred body lays spread eagle, just like naked across the bed. His eyes like bloodshot and cloudy in death.
I want to ask something so fucked up, but I'm not going to do it. Anyways, please continue.
I feel like I know where this is going.
Yeah, I feel like you know where it's going to. So we're gonna stop while we're ahead of ourselves.
I will say, while they're looking, I think Noel is going to stick by Shandorsha just to make sure he doesn't bail on us again.
Okay. So I will say, just sort of investigating this area, there is a chest at the foot of the bed that did not catch fire when the ring of fire went out. It was not necessarily in the radius of the flame. Although it is currently set up against a flaming bed, which could be a concern long term. Okay, so dragging it away.
Your hand is stuck to it.
No, it does not open at your touch. It is locked.
Time of opening.
Ding! And you just hear as the lock undoes itself at the sound of the chime.
Cool. I'll open it.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of sex toys, isn't it?
You know it.
Magical.
There is a decent amount of like clothing in the chest. Some of it seems to be sized to a small halfling shape. The other half of the clothing is sized to something much, much larger, much more close to Henry in proportion, but feminine in nature. And I think you're probably like untangling a decent amount of these sort of scrappy, lacy, tattered garments.
I feel like Lauren would fold them up, be like, "Would this look good on me?"
It's like 3 sizes too big for you. These are like double XL, like triple XL. Like, I guess no, it'd be like fucking 5 times XL if it's like a 12-foot tall creature. They're big on one. Like you could probably make a hammock out of one.
I feel like Lauren would be like, "These are some hot granny panties."
Okay.
Harvey just got his eyes closed and his hand over his helmet. Just tell me when you're done.
She'll toss it up for me.
Yeah. I will say underneath those, there's some baubles sort of rolling around beneath the clothing. There's a couple of vials of swirling liquid. There is a pretty hefty, very large cloak, from what you can tell. And the hood of this cloak, as you sort of unfurl it, has this sort of like pronged sort of face. There's like 2 eyes on either side of it, and like these like almost like pincers or like antenna almost sort of sticking out the top. There is also a necklace sort of woven out of bramble with what looks like an opal or a pearl in the shape of like a really like rough heart sort of dangling from it as a pendant. And what looks like it's a wooden box that is just like covered in hinges. Like 2 sides of the 6 faces are just covered in these like small metal hinges. But it's like a 12-inch long, 6 wide, 6 tall, blue painted box.
I'll just put it all in my bag, and we can identify it later.
Okay.
I'll ask Sean, so what do you think the reaction of your cohorts are going to be up there when they find out what happened down here?
Not thrilled, probably, but it's not like we've really got much we can do about it at this point.
True. Also, another question I was meaning to ask. So, I know you had this whole arrangement. We fucked it up. Sorry about that. Someone was going to kill her eventually. She had a lot of enemies. Anyway,
Thanks.
just stating facts, man. We are not the only people that wanted her dead. Anyway, do you want to be in this plane, or do you want to be in the Feywild? Because we can get you back to the Feywild if you want.
I mean, look, I'm not clan head by any means, right? I'm not really in a position to make calls for everyone, but speaking for myself, I don't think the Feywild is terribly safe place for us. We are not exactly um, the most powerful people, as you've seen. We're definitely contending with some pretty debilitating, curses on our bloodline. It's not great. Um, and the Feywild tends to be pretty bright, which is doubly not great.
Okay.
So I think this is probably preferable, but I don't like the swamp. The swamp is
How would you like being an envoy for a different being? A nicer one. Ish. I said ish!
okay. I mean, do you know anyone who's hiring?
Well, I do know of a rather empty house that could use filling.
Is it this one? Is this
Oh,
the
heavens,
house?
no, this is an house.
Yeah, no,
This is a cave. I will whisper to Berber, actually. I could still cast Sending to Kotem. Should we run this by her? Not Kotem.
I was like, no, not
Esther. Esther. Trying to remember names.
Well, I was actually thinking perhaps they would do well in Faeril.
I think they said that was where they came from, and they didn't like it. Did you mention Faeril, Sean?
Yeah, we worked for Kodum and her.
Right, she lived in Faeril.
Oh, you didn't like where you were living before this either?
Well, it wasn't bad until the whole operation got sort of blown up. Some people came along and killed Comac, and
Terrible.
It was just a whole
Yeah, it's truly awful.
Tragedy.
whole thing.
Shame these hags keep having.
How do you feel about pirates? No, okay.
Yeah, no, we've had a really bad run of things lately, so it's been rough. I don't think that I'll go back to, given how we left. As I understand it, the lady we sort of displaced is back on top of things.
Ooh, I'll whisper to Berber again. Do you think the gatekeeper would want them?
I mean, it would be nice to have, because they said that they like interacting with the normal plane. And if they like interacting with the normal plane, the gatekeeper would be an excellent thing, because then they could go back and forth between the gatekeeper without sending any more elves into.
Also, she probably needs more hands to watch that old woman.
Yes.
Sean, how would you feel about working for not a hag in sort of a place where you could... It'd be Faeril again.
Back to be the same place.
He kind of winces. He's like,
And by you, I mean all of you.
yeah, no, I mean, it's really nice of you to offer. I just, Farrell, we kind of, made pretty powerful enemy on Farrell, last time we were there. I'm not sure that's really a safe place for us to be
Probably not
trying
a
to
good
set
idea.
up shop again.
We could try Montalban. They do have that entire cave system.
There's a really big, deep cave, although there's still people there.
I was the only one that went through that one, as far as I
Oh,
know.
I thought you were talking about the final boss cave.
Oh, no,
That was also
no.
a very big, deep cave.
No, the I think it's somewhere between.
Okay, we know an island with a lot of caves. More
And
than we
it's
can
just-
keep track of.
Oh, and it's just opened up, and there's a lot of real estate.
That's true.
One way of putting it.
That's not a terrible pitch, I guess. I mean, I could run it by the guys.
I mean, we could, So here's the thing: we can get you
We'll
guys.
give you a chance to look at your property.
That's true. I was just thinking, like, we could get you guys back. Here's the thing, though: we need to finish what we're doing, because our way back is
One way.
it's one way, and it takes time to recharge. It's hard to explain. We can get you to either the Feywild or to this Montalban place we're talking about, with all the caves. But you have to wait for us to be done with our job here, which could take up to about 5 days.
More squidsicles!
And I'd say roll persuasion, but we both know it's minimum 21, and I think he's probably in a position where he doesn't really have a lot of leeway to refuse.
Now,
He's
now,
definitely
Sean.
kind of back and forth, like it's better than here. So I mean,
It's either that or pirates.
yeah,
We're trying to be sympathetic, given that you've been repeatedly displaced here. Okay, we know that you are not the person in charge.
yeah. No, I can talk to folks.
Speaking of which, is there someone higher up on the totem pole than you that I should roll a persuasion check on to make sure that this works?
I mean, do you want to talk to? He's upstairs, keeping watch right now.
Who?
Let me come up with a name.
Oh.
I've been so bad about taking notes. I don't have any for this area. Oof.
I drew a little map of the catacombs because I thought it might be important, but apparently not.
Sorry.
I mean, that's
Yeah. Mio the Doof is our chieftain these days.
okay. Is there any way we have this conversation without them, like, immediately trying to kill us? Or
That'd be great.
Is this going to be aggressive, straight up?
I mean, he's not going to be happy.
Right? But you could be like, hey, these guys are going to try and help us relocate something. I don't know. Something?
I'll say something, I guess.
Okay.
Probably worth pointing out, Kodum's done for,
They will find out eventually.
yeah. So,
Okay. Alright, you just stay put for a second. I was going to actually look at these glowing crystals. Can they be harvested in any meaningful way?
yeah, if you want to try and break one off, I'll say give me are mining tools a thing?
I think I still have mining stuff from when we were doing spider core. Basic mining tools: pick, chalk, shovel, pythons, rags.
Okay. I'll say then go ahead and give me a dex check with those if you're proficient.
I don't think I'm proficient with those tools.
All right, just dex then.
Okay. No, that's a 9.
First one, you give it a swing and you just fucking send a crack running up the whole length of the crystal, and it goes dark.
Okay, so that to be harvested in their entirety. Since I broke it, do I see how big the crystal, like, is it like I'm just seeing the tip of a humongous thing, or are these like little guys that are just halfway embedded in the rock?
Yeah, I think kind of picking through the shards of it, picking around at the base with your miner's pick. They don't really protrude too deeply under the ground. It honestly looked like they were seeded and like grew here, pretty close to the surface.
Oh, cool.
How do you spell where we are again?
Where?
Yeah, like how do you spell it?
Oh, so You are currently on the brine hole bog side of the Raincutter Hills in Hinola Wood.
Yeah, how do you spell
Hinola, Hennola. Okay, I didn't know which part of that we were talking about, so.
I mean, most of it's pretty, like,
Yeah.
sounds like it is, but Enola
Hinola Wood.
could be 2 N's, could be 2 L's, 1 L.
Yeah.
I never know with you. You always
HENNOLAWUD.
have one weird one.
There
If Lauren would allow me, could I look at the like little Pokeball that we caught Kosham in?
No.
All right, then I will swipe it from her.
Oh no, she's handing it over to you as she says no.
No, you can't. No.
Okay. So you,
I just wanted to look at it. Like, what does it look like? What do we have?
As described previously, this iron flask is roughly the size of your hand. Looks like it holds probably half a liter of liquid, if you were to fill it with liquid. The surface is, burnished, sort of steel, silvery color with all of these sort of ivy and kind of curling leaf embellishments across it. On one side, there is an embossment that sort of has the appearance of like a skull. The eye sockets and the nose, and like this like stylized like comb of elongated teeth, kind of run down to the base. I think you'll note where previously the surface was unremarkable aside from the decorations. There is now sort of a faint glimmer of light shining like 2 pinpricks in the center of the eye sockets on the skull. And there is a thin line of light sort of shining through the crack between the stopper and the neck of the flask.
Okay. Alright, I just wanted to see what we had. I would pitch, we could do another short rest, and then try to confront people, or we could just try and sleep down here, although people are probably going to come investigate. Although maybe they won't. Actually, you don't really come down here, do you? Look at Sean.
He shakes his head.
We probably could long rest in here.
You can go to bed.
I mean, it's been a long fucking day.
I call the bed.
It's just a pile of ash.
Lauren just lays down in the pool of water.
Sure. It's very, very cold.
I mean, I tried. It has been a super fucking long day, right, DM?
I mean, you guys woke up this morning and spent the day at the beach, basically, noodling and knuckling or whatever.
Right.
And then you just hiked for 5 hours to get here.
But it's like the middle of the
this
night.
rug.
It's like 2 or 3 in the morning
Yeah,
at this point.
I'm mending this rug.
Okay, you're mending the bearskin rug.
I
The bear face remains a grotesque mockery of an actual bear, despite the real feeling fur and teeth and nose.
That's okay. I can still sleep on it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, I will. I mean, with watches, I think this will work fine.
I smush its face and use it as a
I
head or a
refuse to
pillow.
take
Okay. I will take first watch.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
Well, I'll still take first watch.
sure. I'll say go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's been a very highs and lows type of night. That's it. Not too bad though. 15.
15. Okay. You remain awake as your compatriots kind of find open patches of ground to sort of set up camp and hunker down. quiet down here.
Did
Not much going
Lauren
on.
want me to identify stuff?
Oh yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Sure. I can does that.
Shit. Okay, I forgot to write everything down too. 1 second.
You can save it for later since we're doing it during the rest of the
No,
time.
no. I was kind of picking stuff off of a list here. You had it was 2 bottles, a necklace, a box, and a cloak, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will start with the necklace and the cloak because those are both easy. The necklace, Burberry, to your surprise, is another necklace of adaptation.
Cool.
Right. The cloak is a cloak of the manta ray.
He's giving us that ocean shit.
Oh shit. And the box, as you sort of unbuckle and sort of start working the hinges, you find unfurls into a folding boat.
A boat.
Collapsible boat.
A boat.
It's a collapsible boat.
Oh my
I
sweet
think I know
goodness.
what Barnaby wants.
Yes, please.
The 2 flasks you find, one of or vials, I should say. One of them is like a deep, rich brown color. The other one is a bright, vivid pink. The brown flask is a bottle of boundless coffee.
Okay.
And the bright pink one is a filter of love.
Filter of love?
Yes. PHILTER.
What does it do?
Look it up.
The love potion thing.
The next time you see a creature within 10 minutes of drinking this filter, you become charmed by the creature for 1 hour. If they are of a species and gender you are normally attracted to, you regard them as your true love while you are charmed.
That's a pouring into someone's drink type of thing.
Pouring a drink for him.
It seems dangerous in Lauren's hands.
Hey, what the heck?
The boundless coffee basically just gives you endless coffee that is always comfortably warm whenever you want to drink it.
I want that one.
As long as you don't roll a 1 on the d20 whenever you take a drink.
Okay.
At which point it will refuse to give you coffee for the next hour.
It cuts you off.
Yeah, this is for me. This is for me. Next time I go on a heavy tirade in the libraries, I know what I'm doing.
Burberry
And
with
then,
caffeine.
Cloak of the Manta Ray.
I mean, Barry's probably fine with caffeine.
That's true.
The Cloak of the Manta Ray lets you breathe underwater and have a swim speed of 60 feet while the hood is up. It is non-attunement.
Damn.
Necklace of Adaptation, as Burberry would know, gives you the ability to breathe regardless of the environment and gives you advantage on saving throws against harmful gases and vapors like Cloud Kill or Stinking Cloud. That is attunement.
Would you rather have the ring of swimming or the cloak of the manta ray, Noel?
I mean, given that you took the ring of swimming, and I got the spell storing ring, so I feel like you should get the better swimming thing.
Well, actually, the cloak of the manta ray is a better swimming.
That's what I'm saying. You should take the cloak.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna be like all cloaked. I have 3 different cloaks.
It also fits your vibe.
Lots of layers. Yeah.
I'm just all cloak.
Oops, all
and then the way a folding boat works. So this item has 3 command words. When you speak the first word, it unfolds into a boat that is 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep, with one pair of oars, anchor, mast, and a single sail that can hold 4 creatures. The second command word gives you a boat that is 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet deep. That has a deck, rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar anchored, a deck cabin, and again a single sail. That can hold 15 creatures. And the third command causes it to fold back into a box, as long as there's no creatures on board.
It's beautiful.
And any objects in the vessel that cannot fit inside the box remain outside the box as it folds.
Okay, I'm just gonna take the ring of swimming off of my character sheet so you can just.
Okay, I'll add it to mine. Thank you.
Seems only fair.
Yeah.
Morgan's gonna tuck the filter of love into her backpack.
Okay.
I look forward to what happens to that.
Oh boy.
Does Sean sleep?
He does. Although it's fitful. He does not sleep well.
Oh, poor Sean.
So I'll put this in references. Totems there. So with a 15 on that perception, backing up, it's quiet down here and nothing happens over the course of the
I see
watch.
Burberry working to get these things identified.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's just Barry's working and Burr's like posing with whatever item this is.
The cloak looks good, Burr.
Thank you. Isn't it my color? No, it's not. Oh, Barry.
You know, you've got so many cloaks, you can kind of just mix and match however you need to at this point.
I was actually thinking it would be an interesting exercise to see if I could like stitch these together somehow.
That'd be cool to see. You gotta be careful with magic ones, though, right? Because they can, like, lose their enchantment or something.
I'll make the cloak of protecting manta ray.
If you combine them, it just does a totally different thing. Any manta ray is in 10 feet.
It's like, it's the cloak of protection, but the cloak of the manta ray is, like, actually the inner lining.
Oh.
So it's, like, it's all...
You love your different inner linings.
Listen!
As I hold up my own cloak. Okay, I'm gonna turn in because I'm tired. Do you want to take watch, or should I wake up someone else?
I'm still going. I have coffee!
That's true. It's like, I'm taking watch for the rest of the game.
Well, it's like I have made a mistake.
Enjoy your bottomless coffee.
Alright, I'm gonna put this dice in jail so hard, it has only rolled anything less than a 6.
Oof.
Bad dice.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, so that's a 2 plus so 5. I'm busy.
Yeah.
I've had coffee.
Yeah. You're not paying a lot of attention, but thankfully nothing happens over the course of the
Burberry's
watch.
in that weird state where you drink something caffeinated, but you're exhausted, so you just kind of are jittery and tired.
I would feel the worst if they had my reaction. So whenever I have like energy drinks and stuff, I feel really energetic for like 10 minutes and then immediately crash.
Yeah.
I can take next watch.
Okay.
All right.
19.
19.
I'll fix the other bear rug.
Okay. With a 19, Aloran, you stay up listening attentively, and you are confident that there is nothing coming down the tunnel towards your party, and your watch passes without incident.
I'm a little sketchy, but okay.
Final watch.
That was low-key me today. Let me
It's up to Lauren.
Who's final watch?
I can do it.
All right. Give me perception.
Definitely great. That is a 15 in total. Well, the average.
That's what I got.
So with a 15, I'd say relatively early into your watch, Barnaby, you do hear, or really you feel something. You feel the ground begin to vibrate ever so slightly. And you see the water in the pool in the center of the cave start to sort of ripple periodically. And occasionally, overhead, you can hear the sounds of distant stone grinding against stone. But other than that, nothing else transpires over the course of your watch.
I'm sure that's nothing to worry about.
Probably something to do with that stone golem.
Nothing to worry about.
Now with Sean here to help us talk our way through this. Right, Sean?
Oh, great, yeah.
Can I look around this room to see if there's another way out?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception investigation.
I will assist you with this. I know my place.
That was a 22.
22.
And I would like to look also specifically in the water.
Okay. I think you sort of splash about in the water and kind of running your fingers through the mud and gravel and loose bones that are sort of pooled at the bottom of this pool. With a 22, there definitely comes a point where you feel your hand sort of plunge through the mud, but you don't feel anything around your hands. It just feels like more water.
Lauren is gonna be like, 1 second, y'all, and she is gonna.
Yeah, and you just sort of dive for that spot, and you find yourself passing through the floor of the cave as easily as if it were thin air. And you are swimming now through a very narrow channel under the pool.
Terrifying.
And Lauren's somehow in the Feywild. We've lost her forever.
And it's maybe like 5 feet around, at its widest. Fully filled with water. And you swim probably about 60 feet along this passage as you feel it sort of like, it's like diving down and then leveling out and then beginning to sort of arc back upwards before you hit solid rock.
It's even more terrifying.
Oh, can I feel around in this little cavernish area?
Yeah, I'll say we'll ride the 22. I'll say that you find a particularly like smooth and like evenly shaped slate of rock kind of wedged in this dead end here. There's like a crevice in the rock face that you kind of pull this slate out of.
Mm-hmm.
And even with, the limited readability that dark vision allows you, you can see that there is something etched into this plate. It looks like a message of some kind, but you cannot make out what it says. It does not read in a language that you are familiar with.
You gonna bring it back?
Yup.
Do I get to find out new stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is after a long rest, so everybody should be filled back up on slots and hit points.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, Aloran emerges from the illusory passage, clutching this slate of rock. It's probably like 1 by 2 feet across.
Can anybody read this? And she'll hold it up for the class to see.
Okay.
Can we?
Does anybody speak Sylvan?
Yes.
Barnaby.
Oh shoot. Yeah, Barnaby, you can read it.
What does it say?
So it is a personal memo, best as you can tell. And it reads in very rough handwriting, old ladies asking for additional construction on the escape hatch. Labyrinths cost extra. Will return if fair price is negotiated.
God damn it.
Under construction.
Labyrinths cost extra.
Sounds like they was being a cheapskate.
Alright, well, way we came in. Let's go. How much fire damage do we take? How many statues were there? 3?
Well, I will say, as you're coming up behind the statues, they do not activate at your approach.
Oh.
So
They still seem to be glowing, the ones that we know do trigger.
as you walk up to it, nothing happens to it coming at it from behind.
Okay. I thought you mentioned that the
remains
ones that were
inert.
fully stacked were like glowing or something, but maybe that was.
Yeah, they started glowing when you approached them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, once we pass one and everybody is safely away, I'm going to approach it from the other side.
And you will watch as it again begins to glow and spit fire.
I will duck away.
You're gonna back the fuck up. You're like, no,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no.
No, I was just curious.
Technically, we had to do this once before because we retrieved Sean.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I guess we'll slowly make our way up to the
Okay.
top.
Easy enough, making your way back up out of the cellar. And there is, a smattering of daylight shining through the slats in the floor. As you kind of step into the cellar, Sean definitely kind of like steps back up against the wall, just kind of like clutching his cloak close and looking up at it. It's like, well, can't say I plan on heading out there until sundown, but
Would you like to hop in my bag?
I'm sorry.
I will protect you from the sunlight.
Is that like the thing you did to Kodum?
No.
He narrows his eyes.
I think you promised.
Roll persuasion.
Wait, is it an eye thing or is it a?
No, it's
his-
a whole
His skin was literally
thing.
burning.
Ah,
It's a 8.
8,
No. 6.
6. He looks at you and he looks at the bag and he looks at the sun nervously. He just kind of like shrinks back against the wall, just like shaking his head.
Well, for what it's worth, we can actually part ways here, Sean.
I mean, we do have we are planning on coming back to
Right.
talk to boss person and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I can let them know you'll be back, I guess.
Just pitch it as like, an island with nothing but caves.
Here, how about this? We'll send you a message and let us know if you want us to come back or not.
Sure, yeah.
Can I show him the spot we're talking about on like a map so he can see like where in the world we are talking about sits?
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
do.
Monty Bond.
We do have an Emerald Coast map, yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Sure. So you show him on the map, and he says it's not super far from Feral. There aren't any Fae there, are there?
Not as far as we know.
I don't think there would be, given how much how fucked up that island was until recently.
There was some very nasty planar stuff going on there last time. It's fixed
It's
now.
fixed.
He seems so convinced. He just like, okay.
I feel like
yeah.
she'd be like, did you see how quickly we took care of Anticotum and Henry?
It was like 12 seconds.
That was like 12 seconds, dude. We took care of the island, I promise you.
I'm not questioning you. You're right. You're right.
I would imagine
totally
that
fine.
because there was, again, planar stuff before we fixed it going on, that anything that had any sort of Fae would have, there would be less of them because it jacked that up.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'll let them know, I guess. Are you guys gonna tell the Mason about this, or are you just gonna leave?
Mason?
The guy with
Yeah, and he'll kind of point back out towards the outside. And, you very clearly all now hear the sound of grinding stone, and occasionally a singular male voice, small but surprisingly powerful. Is, hey, look out, you wee bastard! Now, up, there it is. No, try that left. Just like yelling at something, and
I think
again,
we can tell the Masons. Especially since they get to keep a lot of money for no work.
yeah, no, she paid him in advance, so I mean, I'm sure he'll be fine with it. Just
Oh well, time for you to.
I can do that. What am I telling him though? We're Anticotum's dead.
Anticotum has no more use for this residence.
See, that's gonna get a lot of questions.
I don't want to. Oh wait, who's on top today?
Anticotum and us.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of outright lying, but I guess she will be dead.
Anticotum.
I don't actually know what.
I think I maybe just need to be
plans-
honest with this dude. He's already been paid. I don't think he has any personal stake in this.
No, probably not.
We'll see how far that gets us. I'm gonna go.
okay. So throw open the hatch, climb up into the half-finished house, and as you step up, you can now see kind of scattered about all of this carpentry equipment. Kind of handling the saws and hammers and planks of wood. Probably like a dozen or so of these beady, dark-skinned, bug-eyed little boggles are currently kind of running around the house haphazardly.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and make Noelle even scarier and enhance her charisma.
Sure. Yeah,
Perfect.
enhance ability. And as you kind of step up into open air, they all sort of slowly kind of rippling out from you, kind of freeze and take you in.
hello.
Like one in the back waves.
You are all very cute. I will go.
You just walk out.
Yeah.
They continue to just stand rooted in place, watching. One of them's like halfway through sawing, just staring. And you step out onto the porch, and you can see that tiny, hairy man that you saw sleeping and snoring last night is currently standing, hands on hips, directing this giant, lumbering, walking rock as it's slowly sort of paves these sort of rough gravel paths across the open yard just kind of mowing these piles of rock, out and spreading them out.
I remember this guy because every time he described him, I just kept picturing the Lorax.
It's not inaccurate. It's like a thick lion's mane of hair and just like a massive, like, long mustache.
Sure, I'll call it. Hello? Are you the warden? Or wait, what is it called?
Whoa! I'm sorry, man. This is an active construction site. I'm going to have to ask you to back up. Hey, where the bloody hell did you come from?
Could you take like a 5-minute break real quick so we can go through some stuff? Important things going on.
Yeah, he's just looking at you incredulously. He's like, "Hey, big guy, put it down." And you just see the rock kind of turn to him with a grinding noise and then just kind of set down, just right where it's standing. And he'll just kind of totter over to you on his hooves and, again, cross his arms, looking up at you. You're easily twice his height.
Sure.
It's like, can I help you?
Yeah, hi. So, Anticotum is dead. Me and my friends were hired to kill her. So, you can keep going if you want, but she's not going to be around to pay you for any future projects or anything.
She's dead.
Yeah, she's long gone.
So, all this is just not going to use then.
I mean, it looks
all
really
yours now.
lovely. You've done a great job. I mean, really though, I wouldn't mind living here. I have my own place, but
You're very sweet, lass. Come on, big guy, we're out of here. As he just turns and starts walking off towards the giant rock. And you'll see it sort of lean over to let him climb on top as he turns back. Says,
How big was this room going to be?
"Oh no, this is the whole structure. The little guys, they were her own private force. They don't work for me. No, we were going to build like a whole thing out front, a big maze, kind of enclose this place under, sort of a leg of the hill. But, fuck it. Listen, you ever need any construction done in the Feywild or Fey adjacent realms? You call Nathaniel, right? Come on, boy.
That could be useful.
And
Do you have a business card or?
How do we contact you?
Send
he
it would work.
reaches a hand down into the stone and just kind of like digs into it like it was sand and like scoops up a decently sized rock, spits on it, and fucking hucks it at you. And then he turns back to the rock. He's like, "Yeah, get!" And you see this giant boulder begin to sink into the earth in front of you, and
Does it stay a rock? Do I get hit by a rock?
Yeah, it's a rock. So
you better catch it.
He rolled an 8 to hit it, so it just like lands at your feet. But you watch as this boulder like sinks into the earth as though it were water, and the ground just sort of ripples and envelops Nathaniel and his giant earth elemental steed.
Nathaniel?
It's not a business card.
Picking up the rock, there is a glyph.
It is a business card.
It's still wet, but this glyph is sort of like etching itself into the rock, almost like an acid print.
I need to learn that trick. You said his name was
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Okay.
With a V.
Okay.
And yeah, Barnaby, you would recognize this is the Sylvan letter N.
And
In, with a stylized hammer sort of woven into it.
Should we message the gatekeeper and see if she'd be interested in having some extra crumbs?
Talking to Sean, he didn't seem super enthused about the gatekeeper. They seemed like they might have been mortal enemies with her, given working for Kotem.
But they were. They no longer are.
It's true. I mean, I could run it by her, but it's really up to Sean, and I don't think he's gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's up to Sean and the others. And we got time to figure that out, though.
Alright, let's go back to the...
And let's go back to Esther.
I'll have to see about his rates.
I feel like he's gonna come back. I don't know. I just have a hunch. We're gonna need some
Who,
instructions.
Nathaniel or
Nathaniel?
Nathaniel?
No, I want to see about his rates. Think about it. The Montauban Pantheon cave system.
Like expand the cave system to turn it into like a network or something?
Yeah, to make a chapel, like, or to make like an in the wall.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Oh, and then I could hire artisans to make small versions of statues that should go in the Pantheon, and I could make big versions.
That would be cool.
As you guys are sort of taking care of this, you'll hear Sean kind of call up from the trapdoor. It's like, "Is that it? You're done?
Yeah,
Yep.
the guy left.
Okay, I'll let my guys know it's sundown."
Okay, just
Can I just
stay.
let you know that I
Go
think
ahead.
they're gonna fucking bail.
Oh, maybe. That's not really our problem. We're here. We're gonna help you guys if you're here when we come back. Okay?
I'll let them know. Yeah, no, I don't want to be here personally. So,
I know. We got stuff to take care of, and then we'll come back if you still want us.
okay, I'm just gonna stay down here because it's really bright outside.
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to come up.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
All right.
So, do you burn if you're wearing like cloaks and stuff? Like, does the cloak just
we just
burn?
you know it's not comfortable. It's hot. I just don't want to risk it too if it slips. It's very painful.
It looked like it.
Yeah, Yeah, that thing you did last night was not.
So I didn't
comfortable.
know.
No, I get it. I'm just gonna be here. Bye.
Bye.
You just hear that as the hatch closes.
What a nice young.
You see one of the boggles are gonna kind of like totter up to you with a hammer, like dragging beside him. He'll kind of reach up and pull at the hem of your cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Mom.
Oh, you speak common?
Nice and left. I'll be done.
Oh, you were construction too?
Not with him. We work for Auntie.
Oh, you should talk to Sean.
Okay. They'll just totter
I
over
assume he
towards the
knows who that
trapdoor.
is, yeah.
Yeah. You see him kind of just totter over towards the trapdoor and start climbing down.
Well, this seems like it's
Hire
gonna
them too.
take care of itself.
All right. So,
That's it.
With
That's
that-
happening. Underwater
Oh, yeah,
church or
yeah,
underground
Rancid?
church happening.
Rancid bail on us?
Rancid finished the rest, but he has stayed under the roof up to this point, out of the sunlight
Mm-hmm.
that is filtering through the leaves overhead. And he's just sort of sitting watching you guys with his head cocked, eyes wide, just kind of like tail wagging semi-expectantly.
Alarm will open your bag of holding to him.
He is pretty big.
Does he breathe? I guess he does.
Yeah, he is like, this is like a small horse-sized dog. Like, he's big animal. I don't think he's going to fit inside a bag of holding.
Could he fit under a cloak?
If you have one that is like 12 feet long,
Oh,
What about
Jesus.
What about true cloak?
maybe, potentially, sure.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Burberry will take some of like the. He has a lot of scrap fabric from various projects, so he's gonna like basically safety pin everything together.
This is like one of those like dog costumes for Halloween that's just like way too big and just like drapes over
Yes.
everything.
I would.
All you can see is just like the tail kind of wafting in the back.
Burberry will even throw his extra hat on top of it, so he's got the brim.
Yeah.
I would go up to.
It's just a muffled.
Oh wait, no! I could use the bearskin rugs.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
we did just steal those.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are definitely big enough, and it requires less safety pins.
That's true. So now he looks like a big, horrible, disfigured bear.
Perfect.
No one's gonna fuck with us.
No.
I was gonna
Does he
say.
walk into the sunlight now?
He seems apprehensive at first. I'll say, give me an animal handling.
I'll bribe him with rations.
Okay, with advantage then. Animal handling with advantage.
Okay. I'm banishing that dice. We don't trust that dice anymore. That dice is dead. Okay. With advantage, that's a 15.
15? Okay. He seems, again, he's trepidatious. He's very nervous, it seems. But the closer you get with the treat, the more he kind of stretches to sort of beat it, and you kind of keep pulling back, and he follows. And you just see like this old man's lips and tongue just constantly like, trying to take it out of your hands.
Cat is creeped out. Burberry is unfazed.
And eventually you get him to take a few tentative steps out into the sunlight. And he seems protected with this bearskin coat you've made him. And he very happily takes the rations out of your hands. Just
I'm glad he can't talk. I'm gonna be honest. It'd be 10 times worse if he could. Actually, hey.
This is gonna be so awful because we're just gonna get audio of Plet making snacking noises.
That'll be useful for later. I'm going to talk to the dog. I've been trying to do this. I was just going to say to Rancid, if you are watching Esther, can you make Rancid nod? I need to know if we need to update you.
And you see Rancid kind of cock his head and then very jerkily just nods.
Gotcha. Alright, I'll toss him an old snack. Okay, let's go.
Okay. With that, your intrepid team sets out back for Esther's mountaintop hideaway. I think that is probably a good place to call it for the night, because we are 10 minutes from midnight.
Yep.
So, good job, everybody.
We did it.
We did.
Successfully subdued Anticotum in your
We
Iron
captured
Fire.
a Pokemon.
You did it. You Pokemon's real good.
149.
Let's get an MVP vote in.
No,
I vote for Noelle for both the hypnotic pattern and trying to save my ass before I realized it.
Yeah.
That was clutch.
Fair.
Alright, perfect. Does anyone not have inspiration I can donate?
Yes.
Oh, Barnaby was the first to respond. I will give it to Barnaby.
All right. And everyone else will take their RP points.
Okay. Alright. Well, good game, everybody. I will stop the stream here.